it's time to start the show with Bl'Artagnan, Type Zoe, and Raw Life. This is the Lifestream.
All right.
Well,
There you
hello. It is Monday night, and you know what that means. This is the Lifestream with Bl'Artagnan, Raw Life, and some girl. Raw Life normally would be the one welcoming you this fine, cold, freezing winter evening. God damn, it's so cold outside right now. But unfortunately, Snow's event is tonight, and appropriately, his home and his hometown was buffeted by 2 inches of snow and completely knocked out his power for most of the day. His internet is back but spotty, and so to be on the safe side, we have some girl here hosting the stream and me running my mouth as we get this show off the road, off the ground. Jesus. And joining us, in addition to my beloved co-hosts, is a new face, someone you may not have seen on this stream or any other stream before. We have this is a live stream exclusive, GL first, if you will, LS first. We have the Goose Boy himself, Goose. How are you doing?
Thanks very much, Blart. Yeah, I'm doing very well. A wee bit tired because it is 1:40 in London at the moment, but very well and happy to be on.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting to have you. I know we wanted to have you join us on here for quite a while now, just with the time zones and the fact that, like you said, 1:40 at night, or in the morning, not a super conductive time for joining people on these US times.
It's a little tricky tonight because my flatmate's starting a new job tomorrow as well, so I'm up in the kitchen. I've got everything set up. I'm having to be just a tiny bit quiet so I don't destroy his day tomorrow.
Let me tell you, I can relate. My voice will definitely be dropping later in the show as my wife goes to bed. But yeah, no, I know normally you're not able to do these late night shows because of your flatmates. Today was an exception.
No, today I'm just saying screw him.
All right, I respect the energy.
That's show business, baby.
Hell yeah.
That is show business.
So, a lot of folks in chat may already be familiar with you and your work, either on YouTube or just via the general Discord community. But I was wondering if you'd want to start off by, saying a few words about yourself, maybe your history with Final Fantasy, the genre, what do you want to call it?
Sure,
series,
sure.
The game DFFOO, and what else you've been up to.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a bit of a Final Fantasy fanboy. Kind of always have been. Grew up with 3 and 10 and lots of those ones. But with Dissidia, I had a weird relationship with it because I started it at launch and played it for a while. Then got up to... It was pretty early on. It was before Sabin's debut. And I remember there was a banner with Squall and Setza's 35. And I spent all my gems on it and didn't get either. And I got mad and quit. And then I came back around Zandy's debut, and I've been playing ever since. And some of you might know me from doing the 60-second videos, which were good fun. I've stopped doing those. It was only 3 months, but it was a wild ride.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to say I'm sad to say that you're not really doing a whole lot of YouTube stuff these days, because I really enjoyed your content, but I also can understand because I've had to pull back things myself. Life gets in the way, and it's a lot of work putting those things out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do, and it's certainly very gratifying when things blow up quite quickly. But I feel like it was a get in, get out, have fun doing it job. I sort of stopped having fun after a while, and I started absolutely dreading it. I remember looking through Vanille's kit and being like, how can I make any jokes? I can't think of any jokes. Vanille's not funny.
Vanille? I mean, it turns out the jokes ended up writing themselves in this case.
I know.
Maybe that's what it was. Squex was trying to buy you time. Jeez. Sorry, some girl.
It's okay.
How many days are we, some girl? How long's it been?
God.
Don't worry about it. Too damn long.
So, with that out of the way, I want to just do a quick little update. Goose isn't the only one joining us tonight. Of course, we got Raw Life and some girl. Raw, how was your holiday? It's a new year, 2022. What's good? What's shaking?
I just got back from Florida, the state of Florida, and I'm never going back. I'm not built for Florida. Wake Forest won, as we always do. Had a great time, but Florida is not for me. It's like the Australia of the United States, and nobody likes Australia. So that was fun. Came home, was supposed to go back to work today, and there was a bunch of snow. We had snow and wind, and took out my internet, my power. So tonight I am probably going to be in and out, depending on the whims of Mother Nature. It keeps flickering, but don't worry, all my faithful subjects, my loyal fans who love and adore me weekly, I'm here for you. Unlike Goose, who abandoned his children, I will never do that.
What?
To you guys. Your fans were you abandoned your fans. I would never do that to you guys. So
here's the thing: teach a man to fish, and he'll fish for the rest of his life. I taught people how to read, kids, so they don't need me anymore. I wish that were true.
That's pretty true.
Yeah, but
That's
they
pretty
can't read
true.
it as fast as you are with that same delightful accent.
God, it's
Thank you.
nice. I've been angling for months to get Goose on this show, partially as a joke that I was going to argue with him on here, but really, I just wanted that damn sweet molasses sound in my ear for an hour and a half.
It's been, I mean, you guys, long time
So
viewers of the
good.
show have heard British accents of a sort on this show before, so we wanted to give you something actually to kind of make up for that travesty.
Oh, it's good.
Roy,
It's good.
your British accent was an absolute delight.
Well, I appreciate that. It will stay between us. I sent Goose my actual British accent, and he said that it was really, really, really good. So I won't do it today,
That's-
obviously, out of respect.
That's a very abridged account of what I said about it.
Out of respect, out of respect for the queen and her and the matriarch, I won't pull it out today. But we have Goose, which is better. Some Eggy, some
Yo,
girl.
what's up?
How you been?
Not bad. I have to go back to work on Wednesday, which I'm not happy about. But otherwise, just been taking it easy. Been on vacation. It's nice.
Cool. Well, I'm glad we're all back. My own holiday was pretty good. It was, we ended up going down to the Jersey Shore where it was super foggy and pretty rainy, but that was entirely fine. Because we basically just stayed indoors and played board games, and I turned my family on to Codenames, which is a great little. I mean, I guess it's a board game. It's played using tiny cards, so it's more of a card game than a board game. But it's not actually a card game. Yeah, it's weird.
It's
But
fun.
it's-
I like it.
It's a very fun game is the important thing. So if you guys have not played Codenames and are looking for a fun little board game to play with friends or family, highly recommend Codenames. This show is sponsored by Codenames.
Is it a gacha?
It is not, although I guess it can get you if you don't play it right.
Is it like Battleship?
Closer to Battleship than I expected when you asked that.
Have you ever played Battleship?
I mean, I have played Battleship, yeah.
I fucking love Battleship.
I mean,
Why?
I guess there's.
It's sick, dude. You fucking shooting,
Yes.
blowing each other. Yeah, you blow up each other. You sunk my battleship. It's iconic.
Well, have I got the game for you? Have you ever played Connect 4?
Oh,
It'll blow your mind.
well,
I
this
snorted. I'm sorry.
this gotcha stream is now officially a board game and children's game stream, I guess. This show is now sponsored by Connect 4. But that being
Ooh.
said,
Yoshi Pasta in the chat, Bart. Do we want to touch that? Are we gonna touch? Are we gonna touch that tonight? It's up to you guys. I want to touch it.
no.
You know me. I want to
here's the
touch it, baby.
I know you do. Here's the thing.
Okay,
I
Bart's
thi-
the boss.
We're not going to touch it because, frankly, it's been touched on to death, talked about to death. I'm certain tomorrow on Historia Crux they're going to dig into it because if there's one thing that show loves doing, it's roasting the shit out of clowns, and that's what we're dealing with here. For those of you who aren't familiar with the situation, I'm sure you'll find out. And if
You'll
you
find out.
aren't familiar with it, it's not important. It actually really is getting way more press than it deserves, which is why we're going to drop it right now and talk about some more interesting stuff. So we had a chapter fight last week, which I believe Raw utterly annihilated. No, he didn't get to it. Did he get? I forget. Did you get to?
What's
Oh yeah,
new?
no, didn't you speed run the
Yeah,
story
he
chapter and
did.
Crush?
He-
It's been a
he-
week, and I already forgot. The holidays take a lot out of a man, let me tell you. Yeah, so Raw crushed it. Best default player in the game, completely original team.
What's new?
Do not steal. And then we had, so we don't need to talk about that event. It's completely trivial. We already crushed it. Fren is a really good friend unit and call. We know that. Beyond that, we had a very hotly anticipated event on Thursday, was it? Yeah, Thursday. Goose, did you pull on this banner on this event? What are your thoughts on
this
this
is-
Machina fellow?
Machina and Pain. I did not pull on Well, actually, no, I did. That's a complete lie because I pulled Pain. But I have no interest in Machina. No, I like Pain a lot. She's a very versatile support, sort of stat stick. Although she's got her own foibles, I think. It's the kind of thing where you can't really use all of her auras at any one time. So if you're bringing her big HP aura, then you kind of need to bring damage from other places. If you're bringing her Brave Gain aura, Brave Damage aura, then you want HP damage up. So I like her for the versatility, but Machina, you've been having a lot of fun with them, haven't you?
My goodness, I have. This isn't strictly accurate, but a couple people have said, "Wow, Blart finally has a good green." And I mean, technically speaking, I have Bart's, and everyone knows Bart's is, kind of
Broken.
broken as hell. So I have Bart's. So I can't really be said that this is my first good green, but this is my first like meta green, and that fella, that kid, that's a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage.
I don't know. Mine's not doing a lot of damage. I keep hitting all of his skills and his LD.
Oh,
and
there's
then
a
his
problem right there.
and they're not doing
Yeah.
damage. Can anyone
That
help me?
is-
Why is Machina?
Jesus
Does
Christ.
anybody want to go into it? Why?
Okay.
Why, if someone were to be hitting LD and skills back and back and back, he's not doing much damage? What's going on with that? What do we do? I have a green Machina. Help me.
Skill issue.
Okay, man, it sounds it does it sounds like a skill issue, my man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, Machina, he's arrived with he got a little LD board touch up along with. Did he get a skill rework here? I wasn't paying attention. I know he got his burst plus, and that's the really exciting thing. Good evening, folks. See Indo in the chat. Lord touch me. Greetings, friends. Well, yeah, so he has this burst plus, and it's a very funny burst plus to me because it feels a lot more linear than most of the other burst pluses we got, because I feel like you always use it in the same fashion, which is once you're ready to kill them, you use the burst finisher, and it gives you that 8 turns of effect. HP damage cap up, which is great. I think HP damage up, a whole bunch of overflow, and that HP plus attack, that special HP burst, which is literally, it's exactly the same as a Kuja LD, except it's single target instead of between 2 targets. And I think, no, it doesn't have splash. And then it triggers his follow-up attack after. But the stats, I think, in terms of like number of hits and brave gains and stuff are the same. So it's a button that does 1 million damage, and you do that, and delays him, which means he, as you may have seen on Reddit, cannot be used on delay comps.
Utterly impossible.
Utterly impossible. Cannot be done. There's no way you could fit him onto a team with Keistis, with Afmao, with, I don't know, who else delays? Garland?
Brains wouldn't work
Brains.
at all.
Yeah, none of these characters would work with this.
Certainly not
Machina
with
fellow.
Onion Night Call. Wouldn't work
Definitely
at all.
not. Would not work. So don't even try it. And that's outside the burst phase. Once you've used the burst finisher, the way you're supposed to use this fella, and the way I've been using him is use the burst finisher. You get the burst finisher, 8 turns of that. You can use it once if you want, just because it lasts 7 turns, and that's what you're going to be kind of using in the burst phase. But either way, you press the burst phase button, and then you spam HP plus, and he does like 20 million damage without you. Okay, 20. Okay, he does like 14 million damage without you having to actually really think at all. And it's beautiful, and it's wonderful, and he looks kind of like a Power Ranger villain, which is with his costume.
I love that. It's like the White Tiger Power Ranger. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's
It's a
so
really good
good.
costume.
It looks so great. So I've been having a ton of fun just mixing up. Oh, the last thing about him, he's a Brave Gain focused character. He has Brave hits in his kit, so Brave damage will help him, but gains, he's like Zack, and that gains are really where he's going to be hitting that money shot of like, the 1 million damage burst HP plus and things like that.
I also
Anyway.
hear that the great advantage is he doesn't only juice your damage, but he also juices your views.
Yeah, no. I went from like averaging about 150 views on a video to the first event I used Machina on. It's I think at 1.3k, and I gained
What?
like 30 followers. Yeah.
Yeah, that burst story is ridiculous.
No, it's pretty nuts. I have this outside hope that a bunch of folks from there might notice that I show this channel in the descriptions of all my videos and stop by here. So if any of you are here tonight because you've seen that Machina video, throw up a little hello in chat and let me know. But and yeah, I'm trying to get to that 500 subs so I can start doing community posts and, I don't know, post shitty memes. Like, what do you even do with community posts? I'll
blog.
probably.
You blog.
Oh god, I can't wait to do that. But anyway, I've talked a lot about this ridiculous, stupid character. I wish Zoe was here because I know she'd have a great time talking about this fella who I don't know anything about him in the story. He's just, the good guy, the bad guy, a guy. A guy.
Wait. I'm back. Did you explain how to use Machina?
How long have you been gone?
Oh, like the whole time you
Ages.
were talking about Machina.
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess I'll just keep using his skills and hope that they do better damage. That's just what happens with me. Unfortunate for me.
That's
I
what you do.
mean-
Is you just keep trying the same thing and hope that it works
Oh,
better the
well.
next time.
It's true.
Oh,
Well, I've talked a lot about this guy. Do you guys? I don't want to say. Do you want to share your thoughts on Machina broadly? Because obviously he's good. He does a lot of damage. But do you have any nuances, opinions, reflections, thoughts? Why you pulled from? Why you didn't pull from? Give me the scoop on your impressions of this feller.
Sure, I'll take that. He's obviously like crazy overtuned, right? Like, if you bring him to a fight, you will not struggle to clear that fight for months to come. Which to me almost makes me not want to pull him. Which I did not pull him. I did pull Pain, but I feel like I would have no fun using him because just win the stage. Like, you don't even get to see the stage or engage with boss mechanics because the boss is just dead.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. That's the same reason I didn't green him, even though he looks like a Power Ranger. Is I've already got one unit that I'm sort of stomping content with inject. And like, I've been really enjoying these damage dealers where you have to do a little bit of something to make them do the damage, like Shadow, when he has to dodge the attacks, and then he does stupid damage. And just hitting a button, I don't know, I just don't think I'd ever bother to do the runs after greening him.
It's a white tiger.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a white tiger Lassie, man. It's not a Power Ranger. It's cool. I got it. I got the costume. I never buy costumes, but it's so sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
why did you
actually,
buy that
rather than
costume, Raw?
What's that?
Said, why'd you buy that costume, Raw?
I was in a gym battle with someone, and I let the pressure get the best of me, and I was terrified of being caught by this unnamed adversary, and so I kind of blew some cash on the game, and now I got a bunch more gems, but I got a cool costume out of it. It's the White Tiger Lassie, man. You guys, one of the best-selling, most popular, critically acclaimed Final Fantasies of all time, Final Fantasy Type 0. You guys aren't.
Didn't you play that game?
I like Type 0.
Fucking phenomenal. It's a blockbuster hit. It's a
Could someone clip this for the next time Raw complains about how bad Type 0 was, please?
Yeah.
It's an ageless classic, and you guys are out here. It's too easy. The game's too easy with them. Well, just don't burst with them, because trust me, if you don't use his HP + in burst phase,
He's not very good.
He's not very good. But yeah, I got him. I ran him with Zidane in the fight just because I wanted to do after seeing the ridiculous Bl'Artagnan run. I put the link to Bl'Artagnan's YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go there and watch the video. It's wild. But I wanted to have some fun. What, Blart?
I'm a little salty because I ended up getting down to I was able to clear the fight in 3 turns with him, and I was like, I should have used this as the video, but it was like a week late, and I'm like, well, I'm not posting it now.
Yeah, well, it shows off what he can do. So I wanted to have fun with him. But everybody's got a good point. I'm not sure when the next time I will want to use Machina is. I guess at some point we can put him in a Transcendence and he can just destroy the whole tier solo. So I guess that's good. But he is actually so broken compared to content currently that he kind of he just what's the word I'm looking for? Help me. Makes it too easy.
Trivializes, yeah.
I did it first. I said it first. I think.
Jinx, you owe me a code.
Copycat.
Blart, that video.
Yeah.
How many turns did you get it down to?
So the video on my channel is 11 turns. Like right after I posted that, I got it down to 7, and then I brought Noctis in and got it down to 3 because I'm not very good at Noctis, so it kind of sucked. But yeah, he does a lot of damage. I think when I pull out Machina, I'll be playing a different sort of game than when I play other characters. because, like you said, he changes the rules of the fight, and that he kind of obliterates the ones that already exist. So I'll probably be I'll be thinking, how can I ignore mechanics? How can I blow past things? How can I trivialize the stage basically, and how can I do it in as few turns as possible? And that's never really been my cup of tea normally. But
Well,
I figure, it's garbage time, and
Yeah.
it's a good time to experiment, try different play styles. In this case, I can try that.
I think it's worth.
It's a very different way of thinking about the game, although I think it might not be all that tricky with the fights we've got coming up.
That's very true. Well, I figure I'm kind of warming up and getting my toes into it. The more important thing here is, for me, Machina kind of represents this feeling of, okay, now I can, from here on out, I have a character that I can use to basically. It's the RNA thing is kind of how I did it. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna start trying to save up those gems, just climb as high as I can, get to the point where Raw will never ever touch my gem count.
Hey, I got my credit card. I got my credit card on my phone now. I'm ready to just. I'll catch anybody. You don't know me.
I'm just gonna say, whoever wins the gem race, you lose the race.
Whatever. I think it is. I think it is a little bit. It's worth mentioning or touching on. Not everyone who watches these are catches us on your YouTube later is at the same point of the game as we are. So it's worth touching on. If you are a newer player, if you are a player who has difficulty with content, even now, this is somebody who, when I look at a character, whether they're worth pulling or not, it's how good they are objectively. You've already heard a million times from a million sources, but we'll do it again. It's insane. You absolutely have to pull this guy if you're struggling with content. If you like Type 0, any reason, he changes the game. Obviously, it's garbage time. Probably don't need him, but some people need him. There's people in different situations, and he will be a very useful asset to your team. A fight came with him, though, right?
A fight did indeed come with him, and it's another one of these garbage time fights, which, again, for those of you not familiar, we're basically saying these are fights where the fights are super easy, I guess is why we're calling it that, for lack of a better term. Not gonna. And so as with the past few fights we've had, I think they had some interesting ideas that I'm glad they're trying this out, and I feel like they undertuned it.
I don't know what other people think, but I think even compared to the fights we've had before, this felt desperately undertuned.
Yeah, it really. What I've been seeing is a lot of fights lately where they either encourage or don't stop you from no turning, and have minimal mechanics in place to stop you from doing that. And that's always such a powerful strategy that it turns any era in which that is a viable or super viable method, an optimal method, into a pretty crummy period. Anyone want to talk about the fight mechanics? I feel like I've talked a lot.
Yeah, some girl. Did you run it already? Did you destroy it with You didn't get Machina, so I guess
I did not.
I
did destroy it with Jagron.
Hey, Jagron person, right here. We've got a Jagron fan.
So yeah, I did 2 runs this fight. One using my 1 green unit, which is Jagron. I ran Jagron, Lena, and Aphmau. Aphmau to take the orb, and also to not give the bosses turns. Absolutely dusted it, no trouble at all. I think it was like 18 turns or something. Then I did a no BT run using Lion, Porum, and Lena, which was actually kind of fun because I got to actually see what this boss does, which basically boils down to it has a buff that you want to dispel, and it gains a lot of brave and attacks you. If you can deal with those mechanics, you will not have trouble with this fight. The orb is not even lethal.
Wait, the orb is lethal?
No,
the orb is not lethal, no. It'll max out the stacks of its buff and cleanse and do an AoE brave HP attack, but it doesn't really hit that hard.
It's a shame as well, because the orb is probably the most interesting part of the fight. There are lots of characters with weird little bits in their kit with buff extends that you never expect. Like, I think Firion has it on his EX.
He does.
Obviously, Squall on his EX, things like that would
so
be
does
fun.
Shintaro.
But the orb it doesn't matter here, so long as you have any kind of mitigation.
Yeah. Who did you bring, Goose? Did you do multiple runs?
I did like 5 runs of these, but the I did Shadow Kamari Saz, which was really fun because Shadow was hitting like 500k, 540k probably on each of his S2s. So if he's got 3 back-to-back, that's 1.5 million damage, which is just beautiful. Balthier was a lot of fun here as well. I did Balthier Agrius Queen because he can steal their frame buff, which gives him lots of HP damage up, and he also actually ticks the orb up if he steals the buff while he already has it, which is a nice little bonus. But with that HP damage up, he is doing just stupid damage without needing any support whatsoever.
I think he actually even upticks the orb on his EX. His EX extends his normal buff, if I
that as
remember
well.
right. So that's Balthier has just been such a surprisingly good investment. When I say investment, I mean I picked him up when his LD first dropped as a GL first, but since the rework, he has been putting in some good work, which really makes me happy to see, because I know the impression I got from hearing from people was, okay, Balthier when he gets his boards he's okay, he's usable, but I've been seeing people do some great things with him in these fights.
Yeah, he's been awesome. Is he still early? When was he?
No, he came right
No.
before Jagron, I believe.
Yeah, due to come with Jagran, according to the infographics.
So how many? He wasn't early at all, really. He was like
He was like a month early.
A month
A cycle, a month, something like that.
okay. Some girl was just pulling. I think some girl. Did you get anything?
I got a Lion 15 and a Snow 15 for free. It's 2 Power Stones. The
You're
most
gonna need
valuable
those
currency in the game.
The great Power Stone panic of 2022 is right around the corner, so it's good.
Thanks. I want a quick shout out. Thank you, Aurelius Marcus, for the sub. First stream of 2022. Also, I want to shout out Aurelius Marcus doing an X-Death run in this fight, which I have not actually gotten around to doing. So, good job. It's always good to see another fellow X-Death fan out there.
X-Death guy.
Aurelius Marcus, the new X-Death guy.
The event is the Intertwined Will. I think, by the way, as we mentioned, my internet is a bit spotty. So I'm not streaming. Some girl's streaming. I think she's going to try to rush through it and try to get to the Lufania Plus.
I will.
I can say at this point, now that you've said that, I'm realizing to myself, we should have definitely pretended that it was you the whole time.
My name's on the
would've
screen.
And then have you use the green Jagron and that whole deal and be like, yeah, no, this is just me being raw life with my green Jagron.
They would have noticed from the
name.
The poor performance compared to
Hi.
Yes,
They
that
would-
is the reason they would have noticed.
the lack of skill that would be apparent, and they would say, "Oh, this can't be real life." He's
Also, my palm's not
phenomenal.
blue.
Ooh.
Hey, good
That's the
evening, Cross
giveaway.
13.
Hey, Cross, y'all check out Historic Crux tomorrow.
Oh man,
Goose,
y'all missed the previous shout out for that. So yeah, good to see you here.
Goose, are you pulling for Snow? What does he do?
I
Do
just
we-
did pull for
I
Snow,
like
and I
Snow.
just got him after 40 tickets. So
Ah.
I'm very, very happy. In fact,
Nice.
Black Nero
Hey.
BC has convinced me into bluing him, which is brutal because I've got like 5 characters I want to blue next month as well. So
Snow guy. Why do you like
Yeah.
Snow? You're a Snow
Well,
guy now.
do you remember just a couple of moments ago I was talking about enjoying characters like Shadow, where you have to do a little something to get the damage out of them? Well, I think Snow's a little bit like that, where he has to take that one hit in order to get his LD sort of pre-follow-up, whatever we're calling those, follow-downs, to do
Reverse
sort of
follow-up.
quite a lot of damage. Yeah, reverse
I like
follow-up.
follow down. Follow down is a good one.
Yeah. But I really enjoy that about it, because it's not quite a counter, because regardless of how many people hit him, he's only going to do that one attack. So you only need one enemy to hit him, and you get the maximum damage out of it. So I think he'll actually be quite a lot of fun to maximize the damage with. You know, I enjoyed Zac, I enjoyed Shadow. I want to see what I can do with him. And I'm planning to green him anyway, so may as well do it now. May as well blue him. It's now or later.
That makes sense. I think he's falling into that. The parallels with Zac are really funny to me because he seems very similar to Zac in that he's a tank damage healer who has his LD now, gets his hyped up burst later, uses Brave Gains, has, like you say, something you have to do. So have you guys been hearing any of this, the skip for BT thing? I feel like for Zac it was a lot more prevalent.
I think Zac LD was still pretty slept on. There are a couple of people who got a lot of use out of him. BC very prominently.
To clarify, both LDs, looking at this one and seeing the results from that one, are very good. I'm just talking about in terms of the hype and the anticipation.
I think so, absolutely.
So because like with
I
me,
think a lot of people have been sort of saying, "Oh, I'll wait till BT later. I'm not going to use him now anyway." But I think later he's going to be super overpowered again for the period of time. Although I suppose he extends into Shinryu a bit, but he's still going to be very good now.
Yeah, that's something that people have been talking about a lot lately. I feel like this has become a very common sentiment now, or a widespread sentiment now, is that idea of looking at a character's tuning pass as an individual character and looking at the next tuning pass they get as a new character.
Yep, we talked about that a little bit with Zach, I think, where a lot of gotchas, their characters don't have power creep. Their units are the power creep themselves. So you have Zach, and then you have, Advent, or he wasn't in Advent Children.
Summer
What's
Zach.
the game he was in? Summer Zach, and then you have like Before Crisis Zach, and Dirge of Cerberus Zach, and Heaven Zach, and so they're like their power creeps are based on the units you pull. So like you just said, Bart, I think it could kind of be interesting playing the game. Think about the unit in that way, because until their BT comes out, they are their LD versions, and if you want to wait for their BT, that's fine, but think about what they can do and what they can bring to your team and a team comp right now, because it's its own character. Zach LD only right now is, watch BC's videos, Black Nero on YouTube. He's pairing him with Maria a lot and just getting godly DPS numbers. I mean, he's doing 1-point-something million chain slashes sometimes.
Yeah, you can do over 1 million without splash on chain slash. It's hilarious.
Yeah, so these characters, even if they have BT, look at what they can do as LD only character.
I hate to warn you, but your good friend of mine has turned up.
I noticed that. I was going
What?
to say, they say
Wait,
three's a
what's up?
crowd and
What are we
four's a
doing?
party. How many is 5?
What are you guys talking about? What are we doing?
No,
My goodness.
no.
You guys just doing the event? What's up?
Oh well, we're playing through the event and talking about snow and talking about. I mean, I feel like this topic's been beaten to death, but that idea of treating a character's tuning pass as a separate character, a new and individual character each time, in the context of snow, pulling for snow LD versus skipping for snow BT down the line, that kind of thing.
Why are you talking like that?
Well, am I talking like what?
Oh
That's what I
shit!
thought.
Are you guys doing the show right now?
Yes.
Oh.
God damn it.
That's oh my god. Well, Mino Spelgud, everyone. I'm gonna include that cameo in the VOD description when I put it up there. Gotta get that click there.
Expect? What else would you expect from Mino Spelgud? Jesus, where are you
The
at?
man knows his time zones and he knows exactly what he did.
Yeah, he's playing the fool, which is not quite
something
as bad.
you'd know anything about, Raw.
No, never. I'm always very clear in my intent, and but I do have to say one thing about that. That's show business, baby.
For those of you
Right?
playing the live stream drinking game
Right?
at home, that's a shot.
That's a shot, baby.
What you may
wait-
not know is Raw himself also takes a shot every time he says it.
Oh yeah. I also take a shot every time I don't say it. So we're vibing. How long
Shots all around.
How long is the intertwined will take? Not long as
I
the
mean,
story chapter, right?
It's like the size of a lost chapter, but with like some enforced cutscenes at the start of some of the fights.
Wait, we're not getting very many of these. Haven't we only had Kane and Garnet?
I want to say yes, just those two so far. So this is our third one. It's just kind of a new little event that I think my interpretation was that it's replacing lost chapters since they're rolling out the new characters slowly.
Yeah, we're gonna get about one per month going forward. Starting with Garnet.
Some girl, are you reading all the really
Not on-
great writing?
Not on
No.
stream, I'm not.
So we're rushing
Speed
through
reader.
I just beat the Cosmos.
already.
Crush it. The speed running. For those of you who don't know, some girl was/is a prolific and talented speedrunner.
Oh, I guess that's where I kind of started streaming and stuff back in the day.
Oh, I've seen some YouTube videos. I've seen some videos. Some girls, she's being humble right now. She was a speed runner.
Actually, the first thing I ever streamed was speedruns of Final Fantasy II.
Hey, there you go. It all comes full circle.
Did Layla make the runs take longer?
She didn't really do much.
Defo comedy.
Well, this is some exciting content here. Watching
Yeah, Palom.
Palom Girl, the real
We are
Palom.
at the snow event, and I realised that no one's really talked about snow. I gave a explanation of him that assumed you already knew what he did. So I don't know if anyone wants to talk about snow at all.
We kind of do that, but okay. So the short version, from what I've seen, he's basically just Ice Dragon Zack. So that is it. If you know Dragon, if you know Zack, and if you've seen Ice anywhere, then you understand how snow works with his LD.
Oh,
But seriously, I think he's a lock tank. He gets a Dragon or Core-esque follow-up that triggers at the start of his turn, and is improved if he's taken a certain 1 or 2 hits. I think it
just if he's been hit.
hits. As long as he's been hit. So that's kind of cool. He is ice damage, lots of battery and gains in between his dumps, so Brave Gain Up does really well for him, and he protects the party with damage reduction auras. I feel like that really covers the entirety of the kit, doesn't it?
I think there's some cool niches to him, especially his high armor being encouragement. Like having that self 30% brave gain makes him a lot more self-sufficient. So I've been looking a lot at Pain and characters who can use her big HP damage aura. And the first character that comes to mind now is Snow, because he can do those gains for himself. And then because his reverse follow-up is Split AoE, he'll benefit massively from tons of HP damage. So I think little things like that are quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Zack before. It looks like Snow's going to be doing something very similar in terms of taking advantage of those gains and converting them into a lot of HP damage, especially with that preempt being split, because with enough gains, enough HP damage up, you can turn that into basically a full AoE. I mean, I think what they tried to do with Kefka with his LD boards is the theory of if you give this guy enough overflow and HP damage, it'll turn into a full AoE attack without actually having to be a full AoE attack.
Yeah, essentially.
So that's kind of cool. And Lion is also on his banner, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if anyone cares about Lion these days, beside, well, Well, how's she held up? Because I honestly, unironically, I haven't seen a whole lot of Lion runs just on her, anywhere. How has she been? How has she been holding up? Is she still good? She's still fun?
I mean, I used her in this last event because I wanted to have a consistent dispel, and she did that well. I definitely did not get to use her as much as I probably would have liked to, partially because I think she needed more support than I had with, not having any green characters.
Yeah, I hear that. That was kind of inversely part of the reason I wanted to pick up Machina, was to have a damage dealer who didn't require high priority support. Although I keep running him on teams with 3 greens, so maybe that didn't end up panning out.
The 1% team.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm kind of the poster child for that. I'm very good at running the 1% team to mediocre result.
Luxury defo is where it's at. I fully understand.
I
bet
did
they
my
run a character if they're not blue.
Yeah, I did my first 1% run with green parts, green Zidane, and green Machina in the last fight. That was phenomenal. That feels good. You guys are always talking about, it's too easy. This character makes it too easy. No. Make it. I want to just press the minimum amount of buttons and just see the highest damage. It's phenomenal. 1% runs is the future, especially during garbage time.
It is intoxicating, I gotta say. I know Macnol of Dissidia Info has that meme he loves posting from Mad Max Fury Road about don't become addicted to it, or you'll regret. I don't know, or you'll be upset by it not being there. And
yeah,
I'm sure I'll be upset by it not being there, but it's there and I'm enjoying it.
Do not become addicted to BT Plus, because you will resent it in its absence. Very deep and moving words from Macnol. But I was going to say, are we almost out of Machina's cycle right now? Into
one more banner, the Ursula banner, and I mean, in theory, I think we could see some kind of surprise, unexpected campaign banners or something. But
Vanille.
Boo.
Like Vanille, for instance. But yeah, I think
I'll
we only
believe
have
it
one.
when I see it.
Vanille is dead. Vanille is dead.
Ursula's in 2 days' time, right? She's literally
Yeah,
like
she's
day
like-
after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is she? Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that banner is C90, right? C90 comes with Null.
Yep.
So, you know, he does indeed come with Null. So
As far as we know.
So this is the end of an era. Moving into C90, apparently, from our JP playing friends, C90 changes the whole game. Tries to bring everybody back to their utmost strength in the current content, because everyone starts getting their C90s. But that will be the end of an era. It's kind of sad. We're moving on from the C80 era. What all did we get during C80? BTs, right? I mean, C70 era ended, and from C80 till now has been probably the biggest jump in the game, right? Ever?
I mean, calls are huge in terms of a power
Oh god.
oh yeah,
God.
no. Especially once we started getting some good
The LD
debuff,
calls.
some good like debuff and LD calls. Those things really, I think, changed the way the game works.
I mean, like, yeah, 90% of the time you bring in Kurosame, Jack, Gabranth, but being able to handle orbs and with things like calls, that's big. Being able to bring an element to your team that isn't there, maybe a heal, maybe a lock call, things like that. It just expands the possibilities so much.
Oh yeah. I said this earlier on Discord somewhere, but for me, I think calls have been the biggest game changer since the inception of the game, as far as gameplay goes. Obviously, you got EXs, LDs, BTs. They're all huge game changers, but being able to bring 3 units that aren't in your team to cover bases on a singular or eventually double basis, that's crazy. That changed the whole game, 100%.
I think it also did so in a neat way because it allows for creativity while also providing more power. It's not just amping up your numbers. It's giving you more options and more choices that you can use to kind of express your, you can express yourself through like you said, bring in call to check the orb so you can bring that character you want to bring, even though they another character would have fulfilled that area, or just I don't know. I think we're all we've all gotten a lot of good use out of calls in different capacities, both for power reasons and for creativity reasons and kind of style points.
I will say, there is one thing I don't really like about calls, which is that I think it makes debuffers in the party even worse than they were before. Like,
yeah,
that-
they
very
definitely
much
had their
so.
attempts to remedy that. I feel like the whole design of T6 Center was just to be like, please bring your debuff characters. Come on, man. And that's had very mixed success, I think.
Yeah, that ended up just being bring Caius and our Yuffie. But the debuffs in your party are incredibly less effective when you can just throw, for a vast majority of this era, 70 to 80, you could just throw Jack on somebody, Gabranth on someone else, and Kurosame on the third, and that's it. You didn't need any debuffs in the party. I think they also tried to address that issue with 8 debuff slots, but
And of course, Fran. I think she's the start of this wave of change. Well, actually, it was Orin, wasn't he, first, who added
Orin
different
has a
debuff
nerf.
for his call.
Toto, Shen Toto.
Oh, Shantoto. Yeah. Okay, well, ignore me. But there's that
I mean-
way of trying to address them as well.
The point still stands regardless of
Yeah.
the timeline. If they've realized how dumb that is, and I'm like, okay, well, at the very least, if you're not going to run the debuff for main power, you don't get all the value, which is what the call's supposed to represent. Is supposed to be a reduced value for that character. I think the problem really showed up with Kurosame when he gets a double dip of a debuff that represents the majority of the power he's supposed to be bringing anyway.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough to kind of bring a character like Kurosame. I know some girl, you did a lot though. You brought Kurosame, but it's
I did.
kind of tough. It's kind of tough to team comp and give us a whole slot to Kurosame when a majority of fights he can bring much of what he brings as a unit in the party
Well-
simply as a call.
I think that was less true when his damage was still like pretty good, but nowadays,
Yeah. Yeah, and we got, and that's not the only thing that happened in C70, right? I mean, I'm struggling to remember, but
the 80. Oh, we got blue armor.
blue armor, but was BTs in C70? How
That was C80 started with Lightning BT, so that was December of last year.
So there was a period from I guess Squall BT to Lightning BT where it was just C70s, but so there was some overlap.
That's wild. I'm trying to imagine having a C70 character with BTLD.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of them. It was Squall, Vaughn, Shantoto, Noctis, Arden, Kefka, Kuja.
It's great to be the
Warrior of
Z
Light.
one.
Yeah, Warrior of Light.
Kuja too. Yeah, no, there were a decent number of folks who their big draw was they had the BT. There was and calls didn't exist, and I think when it was funny, I remembered before the era dropped in GL, I was looking up here and there run videos from JP from like in the future. I vividly remember during when Gao was released, I was hearing people say, "Oh, he's good for guys fight." So I looked up at what's guys fight, and I looked up and I'm seeing people bringing calls, and this they're like, it's like, oh wow, you have to basically pick 6 characters for this team. This is crazy. This is going to be so complicated and weird and wild. And then the first wave hit, and it's like, okay, well, you bring Pinello call because that's the only
Good
good
call.
base call in the first wave, and that lasted for a while. And then,
Edge call was like situationally
okay,
kind of good. You
yeah,
had Zach
okay,
for a
that
lock
was-
call.
Edge call was pretty decent for what it had to be. And then fast forward, LD calls. All right, so these are kind of it came okay. Now it's just you pick your 3 LD calls and that's it. And then Jack, Kurasame, Gabrant. Okay, now it never really became as complicated as it looked like it was going to be because you're never truly in a game with 150 characters, calls or no calls. You're never truly picking from 150 characters.
Of course.
Yeah. Double with the LD call, it doubling the call buttons really changed it too because Cloud, like you could have one call that could on the LD delay by 2 turns, and then on the regular call launch. So that's what I'm talking about being the biggest mechanical upgrade of the game itself was calls, and changed the game from the from the ground up.
It is funny because because it became so autopilot. Like I noticed the other day I was doing a run. Actually, earlier today I was doing a run and I had Yuffie call because she's one of my defaults for when I'm trying to do kind of call or debuff real estate stuff. She's very slot efficient, so I used her
For sure.
And midway through the run, I was like, this should have been Fran call. I had gotten kind of just so used to autopiloting my call slots. I was like, okay, I have 1 slot left. I have Kurasame already spoken for. I want 2 turns of whatever this does. Yuffie. And I was like, this could have been Fran call because I was so used to autopiloting to what I already had, and I wasn't really thinking in terms of developing it because the call meta was stale in my head, I guess.
Is Fran call replacing everything? Is that the new meta call?
I would replace Yuffie call with it specifically, and I think I'm one of the only people who uses Yuffie call a whole lot.
Oh, I'm a big Yuffie call user.
Yeah.
I love Yuffie call.
Yeah, Yuffie call is really quite good and underrated because you can double dip on it. It's 6 turns both times. It's actually a pocket dispel if you play your cards right, and it just gives some really solid stat down if you can get all 8 debuffs for 1 debuff slot, which is really sweet.
We do have
does the same.
We do have a redeemed Ask Host a question. Eamon, shout out Eamon, has asked for the first time ever, where's Vanille? We'll go round table for this discussion because there's a lot of meat here. Goose,
Oh, boy.
Goose, I'm going to posit. Where is Vanille?
She's with your warrant.
Oof. How long were you saving that one?
Oh, yikes. He had that one in the barrel ready to go. Quickly, some girl. Where's Vanille? Jesus.
I mean, I would argue that she is right here. It's right here in my game.
Wow. Well, that was well timed.
Wait, I can't see it. What happened?
Your internet. The screen has Vanille on it. Thank you for making me explain the visual joke.
Blart, where's Vanille?
It could be a podcast now, explaining the visual jokes.
Where's
Hashtag not a
Vanille?
podcast. Shout out to the TCC podcast.
Shout out TCC.
Crystal Chronicles. I mean, the real answer for me, I guess, is short of her just being skipped for C90, the most compelling theory I've heard was that she's going to be part of a special Final Fantasy 13 themed banner with like an early Lightning BT Plus or something like
It's
that.
not early, it's late. Lightning's supposed to have a BT Plus already.
What? Okay, then in that case I have no idea where Vanilla is. I can
I was
only
about to ask,
assume
where's
she...
Lightning?
Imagine
ma-
being a 13 fan right now and just holding
Look,
onto your blue
I have
Zaz for
I have a
comfort.
blue
Oh
Lightning.
my god.
Opium.
I have a blue Zaz.
It's snow day. At least they get some sort of snows here. I haven't answered the question yet, so I'm gonna give the definitive answer to the Where's Vanille saga, and that is who cares? Who fucking cares? Who
It takes a lot of gumption to just say that straight out, knowing like the number one Vanille fan in the world is on the street
Right.
with you.
Right. Bring me
God.
5 Vanille fans right now, straight into the DMs.
I
and
guarantee you there are
I'm
at least
all-
5 in this chat.
In this
What?
chat.
Who?
Oh, the
Who
chat.
cares?
Right.
Who cares? That's the real question, Eamon. Who cares?
I think
Something
that
she'll come.
the plus side is if you can't get Vanille now, you can always get blonde monk Vanille in 2 days' time.
Yeah, so what does Ursula even do? Because I don't. I just don't. So
Oh,
if
she does
some-
melt damage.
Oh, melt damage. I love
She does
melt
damage.
Melt
She
damage
does
is very
support. She's
enticing.
got like thing where the whole party brave can't fall below a certain threshold. She has a thing that sets all the party's brave to a
Damn,
certain
dude,
value that's unmitigatable.
None of you know what fucking Ursula does? Jesus Christ.
I was
Let me
just
rephrase.
explaining it.
I don't care what Ursula does, but yes, carry on.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, Mino.
It's garbage time, nothing matters anymore.
I'm pulling for Ursula personally.
Dog, this character comes out in less than 2 days. Are you guys supposed to be an informational source? What the
We
fuck?
are. That is.
I
that is
whoa.
twice as
Let's
slender
not get
than
ahead of ourselves here.
Okay. She has auras. She has big debuffs for defense and speed. She juices your party's brave. She has an HP attack that does damage based on your party's current bravery, full AoE.
Wait,
And she hits weakness. That's like
Wait.
most of it.
And you know what? All in under 60 seconds, he's still got it.
I think half of those things don't
Wait.
exist.
No, they're
Wait.
all right. They're all there.
Who the fuck is Ursula? What are
Why
you
is
guys
Ursula?
talking about? Who is Ursula? Is this a new character?
She is the
It's
new
a new
character
character
who
who's
comes
not
out
here
in
yet.
like
We
2
usually-
days.
We usually only do retrospective content, so it's this is unfamiliar territory for us. We've really just new year, new us apparently.
She's
No, I'm just
Jan's
kidding.
daughter.
I'm just kidding. I'm attacking
Okay.
Square Enix's very, very questionable character selection
See,
process.
Rod doesn't like Final Fantasy games, so
Yep.
he hates when
Give
they.
me Kratos. Give me Kratos. Where the fuck is Kratos? Kratos win. Defo 2022. Where's Kratos?
Probably before
right.
Riku.
Anyways, I'm at the Lufania Plus.
Oh
Oh.
hell yeah! You have your.
Does
feet
anybody know what
wet.
it does? What does
I
it
don't-
do?
Oh, dude,
this
I haven't
is
even looked at it. What's
The
this
core
do?
fight, right?
Oh, okay. So this is the lightning raid.
What?
Tyrants.
Yeah, so the orb is +1 on ice damage
Okay.
and +3 when you get hit by brave reduced damage.
Okay.
And it does a thing where it warps whoever it hits, like right after its turn, whenever the sword acts. It can do that. And it does some debuffs. It doesn't look very scary.
I think it would have been a lot more interesting if we didn't look and just put a team together and saw what happened.
Well, I mean, I gotta look at the orb. I'm gonna look at what's in the game. I always
do
do
you
that.
Do you really have to look at the
Yeah,
orb?
I look at what's in the game.
Damn.
I read all this stuff.
What is that? What is that?
So it's
What are you
recast
reading?
is a group.
How do you get to
raid.
that screen? This tells you what the boss does?
Does an HP
Oh, my-
attack if you get broken. Okay.
Are you on Compendium in a smaller window while you're streaming the game?
Yeah, don't get broken.
Yeah,
Cross
don't get
the
broken by the
so you don't get
recast.
broken.
Carl13 said, "Why is Rawl getting so question mark about Ursula when he likes me to
90?
tell you who's mad irrelevant and dice to excuse you?
Right,
You like
90%
Pain?
brave damage.
Spoiler. I love Pain.
Because Pain, because Ursula is more relevant than Pain.
No, I don't like Pain. I didn't play that game. That game was
That game's shit.
no thanks.
But
I
I'm
did
saying if you
LeBlanc.
like 10-2, you
LeBlanc.
can't criticize after years.
No, I don't
I
like
can't
10.
say anything for
Okay.
10-2. I just like Belial, honestly. And Belial
Alright,
likes
so we gotta
Pain,
do
and
some
that's
ice
enough for me.
damage. Let's try to die to this fight. Alright, what terrible character should I bring?
Zidane.
Hey, chat. Any
Vanille.
suggestions?
Well, okay, so we need some ice damage, right? So, gotta bring Kurasame.
Onion Knight.
No,
the
God.
The people want to see Jagron.
Oh, you want to see the... Alright, I mean, that'll be a little easy, but... We'll bring him.
Show the people.
So we're bringing Kurasame, Jagron. We need someone to reduce brave damage. Who reduces brave damage in this game?
If Shadow gets hit, he has a buff that reduces brave damage he takes.
I don't have
So
Shadow's LD.
you don't need his LD.
yeah.
That'll make sure he doesn't get hit.
Beatrix, Queen. Queen only is HP damage. Beatrix does. Inland Lord says that Palom does.
Palom? I don't think
Oh,
Palom does. I don't think
Golbez.
that's a thing.
Golbez
Yeah,
reduces damage.
Yeah, I was actually planning on bringing Golbez to this fight for that reason.
Bring Aphmau. Does she reduce brave damage? One of her buffs?
Gobranth does.
Does he? On a
I think
buff?
so. I think so. I think it's his AA, isn't it? That could be wrong.
Oh, that was HP damage.
Oh, maybe.
You can also just not give them turns and just do ice damage, right?
I mean, yeah, if you just never give him turns and just ice damage him up, that'll do the thing, and then people could see the true power of Jagron as a no boss turns.
Yeah, no boss
monster.
turns.
Mino does hardcore research into each of these fights and pretends like he doesn't. So, Mino, go ahead and break character. Explain who we should bring to this fight, because I know you know this fight inside and out already.
Who else are we bringing?
He has stepped away from his computer.
I need some calls. What am I bringing for calls?
Kurasame.
No, he's in the party. He's in the party.
You gotta bring the Kurasame call. What the party is?
Alright, I've got Gobranth call. Let's.
I thought we were all gonna have a bit out of this for a little while, but I guess we're moving on to the next. Okay, Fran.
I don't have Fran's LD.
Yeah, just bring Fran base call. It'll suck. It'll be bad. It's not gonna help you, but just bring Fran base call.
Sure, let's do it. Why not?
Bring Vanille base call.
Bring Fran in the party.
To level set, keep in mind. Normally, this is
What
two
is that?
people
Oh,
trying to pilot raw through Lufania, so we have to kind of try to level set a little bit here.
Alright,
We're doing
alright.
the opposite. And this is now 3 people hectoring Zamegi.
Exactly.
Alright,
It's the
Fran
third
call.
handicap.
We called for Fran call. Let's bring
Wait,
that.
Do you have Fran's costume?
No, why would I?
Okay, never mind. Don't use her at all.
What?
I need a third call. I don't think the Irvine call is gonna do much.
Vanille.
Vanille call? I mean, that's just a dispel. Does this thing have
Yeah.
buffs?
Yeah, but it'd be nice to see her
Fran.
here, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna bring an actual useful call,
Well, okay.
which is Warrior of Light.
Zidane call.
If
You
you're
bring
no
a-
turning it, wouldn't you want to bring like Ami or something?
No, don't worry
Or
about
Sifa?
it.
You
I don't have
skip
Saber
Reigns,
call. I do have Reigns. I can use
right?
Reigns
It
call.
could be you could bring a Reigns call.
There's so many options. How do you decide?
There's 151 options.
Wait, let's count debuffs. Might bring the Ami call actually. I think that's a good idea.
You could bring the Setzer call because Jagron already has rainbows, so he doesn't need the rainbows from Setzer call.
That could work. Actually, you know what? I know what call we need to bring.
Ooh, spicy.
An actual good call. Reno.
Ooh, Reno call. I like it.
In case they do
I
get
like
a
it.
turn, we'll be safe. See, what could go wrong with this team?
I don't think anything.
Yeah, I think
You're
it's...
wrong in this fight.
No, okay, I was gonna say the one thing could be you press start and don't notice auto pluses.
Wait, friend, what do we need?
Twins.
How does the
Actually,
Dawn
Twins
friend?
is really good.
No, Twin
Who's-
Thread's terrible. This is a single target fight with like a weak
Oh, it
ass.
is. Yeah.
Zidane,
yeah, yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Yuna? What about Yuna?
Delete the shit. Delete
Yeah,
the
bringing
shit out of
Zidane. Zidane friend.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
Yuna, yeah. All right.
Let's do it.
Demon cameo.
I should change my my friend unit to Zidane for this fight.
Are we not doing a poll because it's just a foregone conclusion?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay, fine. Hold on. Let me toss that. I was so
Perfect.
caught up in the team build.
Kurasame, turn 1, let's go.
I'm really keen to see who bets against some girl here.
what could possibly go
There we
wrong?
go.
I feel like orb would be the only issue, except for the fact that you've got
Asame.
Mystic or Azame there. I suppose if you get broken, you don't want to get broken in your no-turn run.
Alright, here's that Fran call. Doing work.
Oh, actually, I think at 90% it summons the ad on a threshold regardless. Although I may have remembered that in a dream from somewhere, but that sounds right to me.
Alright. We're just rushing this?
You're the pilot here. You have to tell us. I mean, we're gonna tell you the whole time what not to do, but
Yeah,
you
just
gotta
tell me what to do.
Take us on an adventure here.
Alright, we're gonna burst.
Okay, fine. Oh yeah, I know. Wait, I know. Yeah,
Now
I know
we're
how to play
bursting.
Drakron.
I'd have thought you'd want
You
to
gotta
run
burst.
in ASAP to delete those turns.
Nah. We'll wait for
No.
the ad to show up. I guess I haven't really used Drakron in single target. I guess he's my free skill on Vacuum Slash. That's weird.
Can you give us some tips on maximizing his buff stacks?
On single target, I have no idea. Never done this before. We just push buttons.
Oh, someone has donated 22 points that you will not win this. I say donated because they're not getting them back.
Damn. Yeah,
I've
so
noticed with
I
Drakron's-
Oh,
sorry, you first.
after you.
I've noticed that in most of Drakron's animations, attack animations, or at least the really exciting ones like this one, he throws off his gauntlet, and so I have to imagine after each attack he has to bend down, pick the gauntlet up, and put it back on his crystal hand, and it
Oh, there's an ad.
really just
Where'd it come from?
it completes the Drakron picture for me.
The worst part is that crystal hand. It's really going to snag on the glove as well, so it's going to take a couple of minutes. It's not smooth glove transition.
Oh my god! No, what a very good character with his extremely good glove.
And it's extremely polygonal hand.
This is the insightful kind of commentary you get on the live stream. Your favorite Monday night DFFOO live stream on Twitch. I know Mark's in the chat right now, so I don't want to get any step on
We'll
any
talk
toes.
about
there.
podcasts.
Oh, I will
Don't-
say,
we can't say that word.
I've told like my roommate and everyone who knows I'm doing this that I'm on a podcast. So
Son of a bitch!
yeah, oops.
Oh god! Damn it! I knew I messed up somewhere along there.
This is
Get
your
Afmao
DFFOO
capping those
stream.
brave hits on LD. Something that's never been seen before in the history of the game.
Did Afmao just do damage?
Yeah. Bring enough defense down, she does damage.
This
The game is
truly
bugged.
garbage time.
Alright, what are we doing here?
But I'm so glad to be invited on this podcast. It means a lot.
You're just he's right there. He's right there in the chat, just looking at it. He's like aiming the lawyer right at us.
Raw told me to say that, by the way.
Son of a bitch. He's trying.
so
he's trying
weird,
to
I, like-
torpedo the show.
Never press Chagron's skill 1 normally. I'm like... This is
It's
weird.
better in this scenario, though, right? It's
Yeah,
two
it
dumps.
is. It's normally worse.
Is it 2 dumps?
Yeah, it is. Against 2 targets, though, it doesn't usually cap the second hit, whereas Blade Boomerang easily caps on both targets under BT effect, so I press that much more often.
This is a
Gotcha.
Drakron 101 for the viewers at home. Exciting.
Man, I think B might
Looks
get a
like it-
turn. This no turn run's not going so well.
Is XDeath's
Yeah.
S1 Vacuum Slash? I thought it was Vacuum Wave.
What XDeath's X1?
Yeah.
No, his S1. No, it's called
Belbel's
Black Hole.
saying that, oh yeah, XDeath enemy has a move called Vacuum Slash, but I thought it was Vacuum Wave. For at least in Dissidia. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure Belzec can let us know.
Dude, this ad is like tanky.
Beefy
Alright, the
old
boss got a
dog.
turn. What did it do? Oh my god.
The damage.
That was one of the most anticlimactic turns I've seen in anything ever. I probably want to use this like Zidane friend, right?
You want to get rid of some of those turns at some point.
Yeah, I was trying to
Wait.
figure out like where I actually want to make the swap.
I do kind of appreciate that even without Raw being the one to pilot, Zidane gets to show up during the fight. And
I
we
hate
get
to
some
tell you, that's not Raw's friend. That's Eamon's friend.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
Eamon.
Raw is there. I'm just Zidane in general. But yeah, shout out to Eamon for the cameo. Also, can we get some F's in the chat? It seems Raw's internet has died on us again. He's out of the picture for a sec. Some angry Raw life emotes. We really need to get some better emotes for this channel.
I strongly agree.
Actually, we had a project underway to get some improved ones, but they ended up we've hit some snags. So it is a project being managed by myself and Raw, so you kind of get what you pay for, metaphorically.
All right, so
Was that Kurosame S2?
Yeah.
Or S1? I
S2.
don't think I've ever seen it before. It's not one of his calls.
But
You're
yeah,
right,
that's his
it's
S2 then, yeah.
They move so slowly, those projectiles.
They do. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete A's turn. Oh, big damage incoming.
Nice, massive, massive.
Bam.
Ooh, Lyra has joined the Blue Snow Club.
I'm pretty hype, honestly. I'm so glad that I got snow quickly because pain devastated me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
Hey, how bad was it?
It's actually embarrassingly bad, like really embarrassingly bad.
Ooh.
I spent I spent gems. I got to 300, and I thought, okay, right, I should just pity the LD here. But I had every BT in the game up to this point. I thought, well, what are the chances that I put in another, 50,000 gems and don't get it? So I went to 500 G tokens and didn't get the LD.
Oh god.
And I felt quite upset at that point. So I put in, I thought, okay, I'll move to tickets now, right?
Oh no.
Yeah. So I spent 400 tickets, and then went to 800 G tokens.
What? No. Why?
Because it was very early in the morning and I made some horrifically poor decisions.
What have we done by keeping you up so late?
Yeah. It was. I just think I've never been punished quite as hard as that before.
I'm really glad that you already pulled Snow and got him, because otherwise I'd feel terrible keeping you up this late and worrying about what you're going to do tomorrow morning.
I'll tell you what, it's made me realize that I'm going to stop chasing BTs from here on out because I'm never using Machina, so that stings even more.
But bro, he's got a great C90.
God.
Oh my god. That is one of my real least favorite phrases in this game, I think. He's got a great C90. People say that about characters who don't have a great C90. I remember people saying that about Shadow, and it's like he gets so little off his C90.
He gets a C90 though.
He does have a C90. You cannot argue against that point.
Yeah.
3 out of the 4 words in that sentence are correct.
The problem with C90 though is it means you've suddenly got a whole extra thing you have to look up for when characters get reworks, because they get little extra bonus stats in their C85s, and it's not always the same. Like, I know T-Dis gets a rework to the bonus stats he gets in a C85 when he gets his FR. It's just one of those extra things you have to pay attention to.
We don't pay attention to things around these parts. I think we're probably just going to end up, I don't know, finding out along the way, is I guess how we'll express it.
I will say, actually, it's been really nice not doing extensive kit research for every character now, because I remember when I was doing the videos constantly like looking up every minute detail, because in the very first video I put out, which was the Setzer one, I made a mistake about the duration of his freeze. And from that point on, I got like obsessive about fact checking, and like I'd send stuff to tons of different people to make sure that I got it right, and I still didn't always get it right. But it's nice to just be like, what does Ursula do? I don't know.
What a
Wildlife, you're back. Welcome back. That was to you, Mino. That was supposed to be a joke, and you left me hanging. And you leave me hanging again. He swooped in, he giggled at Goose's joke, and he made me look like a fool.
That's because
That
Giggle
might
at his incompetence.
Honestly, the most efficient use of 5 seconds I think I've ever seen a person use, if we're being real. So Mino's gone now. He's not on the show anymore, which is a pity. It would have been nice to have him to talk in Raw's absence with Raw gone, but really I guess it's just going to be 3 people in this room now.
Well, you should enjoy Mino while he's here, because you're not going to hear anything from him for the next couple of weeks.
Why is that?
Because Savage Raiding in Final Fantasy XIV starts tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to be some big stuff. I guess we had our board game session. We had our Connect 4 conversation. Is this the Final Fantasy XIV segment of the show?
Well, I think it can be, because as we all know, we have got Xenos BT cycle coming.
You believe that's the way, that's where it's going?
Oh, I've got it on very good authority.
The sources, you have the sources. Can you tell? Who is it? Is it an uncle? Is it a cousin? Where are you getting your information from?
Well, that's for me to know and you to keep asking about.
Respect.
But I can confirm that we will be getting Xenos BT, along with GL First, Final Fantasy Tactics characters, and Riku.
Ooh, this is exciting news. You've heard it here first, folks. We have the Xenos BT GL First. We also have the Final Fantasy Tactics 3rd character ever. You heard it here first on the live stream, unless it doesn't happen, in which case Goose is a liar and it's not our fault.
Yes, if it doesn't happen, then please send your angry emails to the Lifestream email address, because they propagated this information. You're very welcome.
So Sameki, in this fight, I haven't been paying attention. It looks like it has you on the ropes.
One could say that.
Which
They,
ropes?
they could. Yeah, which ropes? I mean, the powers are at their highest now. It's as strong as it's going to get. So you think you can handle this?
I don't
hate to
know.
tell you, I've heard the turn limit is 20 turns for this.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
No, that's a complete lie.
I know. Trust, I know. I'm not that gullible.
What is the turn count for this?
It's like
What was it on
55 is what I saw. I looked at it before the fight started.
55?
55?
Uh,
That's quite low.
It is pretty low for one of these. Like, lately, we've been getting a lot of 65 and 75 turn fights. So 55 is actually a little on the tight side for what we've been seeing.
You say tight side, it is a single target fight. Largely. I mean, it's single target, but it's got ads that can respawn, which has, I think, 3 million health. So if you let it get too many ads, then that's going to make your turns go up a bit. But it shouldn't take too long.
What happened? Did she lose?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is attempt 2. It was a terrible one.
I knew it.
You weren't here to guide us through.
Right? You put in a bench player when the star athlete should be performing. That's what happens. Some girl, how'd you die? You didn't use your Zidane friend, did you? Zidane carries.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Turn 18.
I guess I'll have to pay out to the 22-point donation that we got earlier. Whoever
Can you
that was,
see-
you're rich now.
Can you see who did it?
That's a good question.
Let me see. I might be able to pull that up. I am curious.
I tried to bet that some girl would fail, but it wouldn't let me do it because I'm the live stream. And it said you can't. It wouldn't let me use my points. Sorry, my internet died again. And if Time Warner Cable, if you're listening to this, I will extract my pound of flesh for everything you've done to me today. This has been a nightmare.
As I found the answer, actually, she appeared in chat. Lyra SRL is the kind soul who donated out of generosity of spirit and because they have no
Lyra.
faith in Jagron on account of him being flaming hot garbage.
Big fan of Lyra in the chat. Good friend of the show. Thank you, Lyra.
I have so much respect for that as a reason to vote.
Oh, this run's not looking good.
Yep, gonna be running up on that 20-turn time limit.
I was about to say, how could this not be looking good? Is the turn limit like 20? Like, I don't understand.
Running out of BT effect.
somebody was talking about lightning. This is Core's event.
What?
This is Core's event. Core did this, right?
Had the same
Uh,
boss, yeah.
So actually, this has got me thinking about a little topic for discussion. We were talking about Jagron being kind of mediocre, but he's still crushing the fight without a whole lot of challenge here. I've been using a lot of obviously Golbez and a fair amount of Kuja BT plus for better or for worse, and they've been doing fine for me, provided I build a reasonably competent team around them with good characters. So, what impressions have you been getting from the? What has been surprising you? Let's see. We were talking earlier about the change of the era, and we're now just kind of talking about how shitty this fight is. So let's talk about some of your own. I want to hear some retrospectives. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on, I guess, the C80 era as we go into C90. What surprised you? What characters were like, whoa, this is better, more fun, more interesting than I thought? What was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, this sucks. I'm never doing this again. I regret this. Give me some impressions. I'm gonna throw it to Goose first because I enjoy hearing you talk.
Fair enough. I suppose I've got a bit of recency bias, but Shadow came out of absolutely nowhere for me. I had zero hype for him, and he's been a hell of a lot of fun. I think I have to give a lot of credit to Kamari as well, which is maybe weird to say, but I've found Kamari immensely useful for a hell of a lot of fights, because that full evasion is kind of also a debuff evasion, which has been useful for stuff. But we've had several fights, especially recently, where you don't really want to get hit. And if you're not doing turn denial, then he's a fantastic option for just making sure that you're not getting hit, you're not taking that damage. Plus, he's got maybe
There's a buff missing here. This doesn't seem right.
That HP damage cap blue armor, which is just really nice for putting it with some people.
Yeah, I saw you've been doing some fun stuff with Kamari. It kind of surprised me. I think for me, when he came out and was followed by a number of guaranteed hit fights that kind of put me off of him. So I just kind of sidelined and was like, Kamari sucks. I'm never touching him. But seeing what you've been able to make work with him, I was like, oh, this guy, I should. We're seeing a lot less guaranteed hit.
He wasn't great for a bit, but he came back in a big way. Unfortunately, this fight's got guaranteed hit on the recast, which is a real pisser. But what can you do?
I guess who's the brakes?
Mine's
don't get broken.
Definitely don't get broken.
Mine's Aranea. Aranea came, and everybody said, "Oh, not as good as her as when she first came." Yeah, no shit, she wasn't as good as when she first came. She broke the whole damn game. So a lot of people skipped her. I have still been using Aranea, not regularly, but pretty often. That debuff, I mean, that shit is no joke.
Yeah, I should have brought
delays.
Aranea call.
Her delays are still strong. Her damage, because of Vital Crusher, is just Aranea has been phenomenal throughout the entire era. So shout out Aranea, just because you're not as good as you once were, but you're as good once as you ever were, and that's kind of how I live my life. So shout out Aranea. Some girl.
Wait, what? You're as good once as you ever were? What the fuck does that mean?
I ain't as good as I once were, but I'm as good once as I ever were.
What does that mean? Just because you said it again doesn't mean it makes more sense. Can somebody explain this to me? Because I'm not fucking getting it.
I think this may be one of those exciting Southernisms that we've come to know from Raw.
Yeah. So you
drill a hole in my mailbox so you can piss on all my bills or something like that.
The same.
Drill a hole in my mailbox so all my bills get wet.
That's not an expression.
I said.
That is an expression. You guys don't know. You don't know. This is another expression you don't know that doesn't make it any less valid. I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. It means overall, long term, am I as good as I was in my heyday? No. Neither's Aranea. But every now and then, something comes up, the you gotta shit the brick shitting time is coming. For once, I'm as good once as I ever was. And Aranea.
I really, you've got to be butchering it. Because the words, when put in that order, don't make any sense. I'm as good once as I ever was. What is that?
Let me give you this example. Can
You
I?
make me so mad sometimes. I swear to
I
God.
mean, I can kind of see it. It's
You
it's,
understand.
it's saying that after even after you've peaked, you can theoretically burst up and hit that high point again if you need to. Like you still have it in the
Exactly.
tank to push yourself to
That's
that.
it.
if you need.
I mean,
That's it.
that's
Art,
all
you're
good
right.
and fine.
Art
I'm
just hit it.
questioning the saying itself. Like, I don't think those words. Like, I'm saying, okay, so what you're going off of Raw's explanation, but like based on the words, like that's not what it's saying. Like, I don't even know what it's saying. I'm as good once as I ever was.
I'm not as good as I once was. I'm putting it in chat so people can.
I hate to tell you this, Mino, but there is a song by Toby Keith on his 2005 album Honky Tonk University with the lyrics, "I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was."
Sounds
Honky
like
tonk.
what, like
Honky
deep
Tonk
country hip hop or
University.
something, like double
Hey.
uneducated demographic. What, Raw? What?
Look, Mino, he's got a
Honky
degree
Tonk
in honky tonk.
University.
He's got a
Honky
degree.
Tonk University.
It's a highly educated honky tonk right
Guys,
there.
we're having some issues here.
Wait, are we gonna lose the fight? We're talking about Toby Keith. Look, we got a good shout out in chat. I know Goose said it too. Rude. Shout out to that name. What a great screen name. Rude. You are quoting a Tony Keith song. Well,
It turns out bringing two characters who don't do any damage is bad.
what's the turn count?
Well, I'm gonna die to this recast because
Yeah,
Aphma's
you
gonna
shouldn't
get
have
broken.
Shouldn't have brought Jagran.
I'm wondering. Yeah, Jagron probably. You have the
Shit.
Fran. You have the Fran call. I feel like Jagron should have been able to carry it.
Yeah,
I think
the base Fran call.
The base Fran call should have been enough to do this.
Yeah, the weak point of this run is not.
I mean,
not
Jagron can't get
Kurosame
broken,
or-
so he'll be fine.
Wait, is Lyra gonna get just filthy rich on channel points?
That's really funny.
This is like
putting
a
it.
reverse
Yeah,
real-life
it's
run.
true. If
I love it. I
this
love
is
it.
failed, Lyra's gonna get like insane level of channel points right now.
This will teach you all to have faith in Jagron.
In
Um,
the complete
this, I mean,
opposite
it's the
of what
entire
happens when
team.
real
This
life's
entire
boring.
team has big problems, I would say.
Yeah, this wasn't Kurosame or Aphnao's problem. This was 100% Jagron.
How can I survive this? Will this actually kill me? I'm just like assuming that it'll kill me.
If you
Wait,
don't get broken,
is he debuffed? He's debuffed, right?
if you
Well,
don't
he
get
broken,
does an
broken,
HP
you're
attack
alright.
if I get broken. I just don't know if that's actually going to kill me.
Not to distract from this raw, I have to note that you're being put on blast for quoting a Toby Keith song as if it was a deep-seated piece of Southern culture.
Hold on, let's ring this. Let's actually give them a shout out. Rude. This is really I don't even play defense.
I'm gonna say this is gonna kill me.
All right, let's see if this kills us real quick, and then I
We
gotta
did
shout
die.
this out.
Oh, damn.
Well, look who survived.
Are you good?
No, not at all.
No.
Oh fuck me.
Wait, you could get the raw victory, couldn't you?
That
That would take a
No.
while.
hold
that
on.
is incredible.
Hold on, rude. I don't even play Defo, but I heard this stream from my fiance's room, so I came in and forced him to tell me the name of the stream to call you out for calling that a saying when it's a country song quote and not like a deep, meaningful country song, a bro country song.
I told you, a double trash culture song.
Really
Like,
funny.
Rude.
I called it. Did I not fucking call it? Come on.
Can we
Rude.
at least? No, you have to at least tell us who your fiance is. Who was watching this stream?
Dog, that's
Their-
your fiance.
I also have a question for Rude, which is drill a hole my mailbox, all my bills get wet, also a Toby Keith song.
Belzak, it's Belzak's fiance. You guys check out. First off, his fiance just roasted me, but I've still got to shout out. Belzak just put up a YouTube video, first YouTube video ever. Very nice, very cool. 5 characters. It was more than 5. Belzak, I watched it, but 5 characters that they would like to see in Defo. Good start. Keep them coming, man. And also, what is your fiance's problem, dude?
And also, congratulations on your engagement
Yes.
from the live stream.
But the question was for your fiance, who apparently is Southern. Has she ever heard the phrase "drill a hole in my mailbox so all my bills get wet"?
Oh God, here
The answer's no. I can tell you that.
Also, I don't know why I'm being crucified for using a Toby Keith song lyric as a Southern idiom, because that is all we do. We use Toby Keith lyrics in our day-to-day life every day. I went to the post office yesterday, and the guy gave me my receipt and said I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rodeo. And that's what life is like in North Carolina. So I don't know.
See, and here I thought you were going to say that the person at the post office was going to drill a hole in your mailbox.
Oh, he quoted Toby Keith to me. We're just a bunch of Toby Keith loving people. Okay, I like country, but that's too deep for me. I never heard of it. I'm Filipino from California. All right, yeah.
All right, so
let
I
me
guess I
tell you
should build an
something. Down here in
actual
the
team
South.
here.
Yeah, just smash it. Just smash it. Bring 3 greens. You don't even have 3 greens.
I don't. Maybe we'll think a little more about the team building.
Congratulations to Lyra for
For
absolutely
correctly
raking
realizing
it
how
in.
objectively awful of a team that was.
How many points did Lyra get?
20,000.
Over 18,000.
Wait,
How many beers is that Raw would have to drink?
I think I canceled that as an option. Let me make sure.
Oh, it's still there.
Oh God.
Anyways,
That would be like,
let's talk about what went wrong here. So first off, Dragon's terrible in
wasn't-
single target fights. I've said this before.
The friend call was the right call, right? That was the right move.
also, let's be very clear. Jegrin, I'm sure some girl will do it, but Jegrin could absolutely destroy this fight, even though he's not great at single target.
Yeah,
He'll,
with a better team.
yeah,
but-
with a better team, Jegrin will definitely do this.
The Dragon Aphmau combo is not actually good at all.
You did
What?
it with such confidence that I was sure that it would be good.
No, it's a horrible
Yeah.
combo.
Bring Zidane in team.
Why? I thought I wanted to
Deletes,
win.
man. Deletes. Turn denial. Everyone hated on Zidane when he came out. Everyone hates on me when I'm doing runs. So where's the disconnect? Who really sucks? Is it me or
Use,
Zidane?
Use
Somebody-
Vayner.
Yes.
It can't both be true, all right? Because I've taken him to everything. Can't
Ah,
both be true. Oh, Indolent Lard in the chat. Let me shout out Indolent Lard, a fellow Zidane enjoyer and a fellow Final Fantasy IX enjoyer. Shout out you, Indo. What are we gonna do with this team, though, some girl?
I don't know.
Well, apparently
someone to
you
use.
can't, take suggestions from the chat. Or
Core.
whoever was responsible
Core?
for this.
Core.
All right.
Chris
Core.
suggested Core.
I mean, do you want to just like absolutely smash this fight with Tidus and Core?
Yes. Yes. Indolent Lard said Zidane also sucks on single target. Yeah, he's not great on single target because he can't farm Brave off other people. But on single target, if you don't need to give them turns, he doesn't suck at all because you don't even need his damage because single-handedly he can keep them from ever even getting close to getting a turn. So I'll push
You know
back
who's,
on that.
You
It's
know
not
who's good
terrible.
for single target to turn denial?
Fane.
Vayne, very good. Single target turn denial.
Wait,
Oh,
how
we
do
got
you
it.
have your team by boosts?
What?
Max
Yeah.
CP, man. Max CP always.
Well, no, that like screws everything up.
No, max CP is perfect. All your burst characters, then all your LD blue characters, then all your LD characters. Max
It's
CP
like it's a
supremacy.
wild. I hate that order so much.
In the chat, when you're building a team, what do you organize them by?
I do max CP, but the problem is I have to scroll past all the burst characters I don't use anymore, like Onion Knight.
Yeah, the answer is max CP. We've already got two answers.
No,
Max C level for Chris. Oh, Chris5258
no.
in the chat. What's up,
Y'all are
Chris? My favorite
wrong.
streamer.
Wait, isn't max sea level just series now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
know.
Got-
That's
Yeah.
that's completely worthless. Who else? What other call do I need? Jack, Kurosame.
Fran.
Max sea level was series for like 2 months with General Leo at the bottom.
Generally at the bottom, yeah.
Mark lost all of his channel
This
points.
is really funny.
Jagrin. It all comes back around,
I'm kind of upset I didn't vote. I was doing something else, but I was gonna vote against Samegi on principle, and
Also, because
I
that
could've
team was like, I intentionally built a really terrible team and explained why it was terrible at the
Okay.
time.
Here
Oh
we
wait,
go.
RNA call.
Well, the
Yes, Vital Crusher.
reputation precede that people just were like.
I thought there was a
"Somebody's
chance that
gonna
it could
crush
succeed,
That was-
but that
that's
recast
this is what we were
hurts.
talking about. Oh, sorry, not to talk with you.
Oh, you're all good.
This is what
What?
we were talking about at the beginning of the show. The wonder of live entertainment.
You never know what'll
the
happen.
mystery and the excitement and the unpredictability of seeing it when it happens.
That's show business, baby.
Forget garbage time. We're in hubris time now.
Hey, Tree Void in the chat. Who's excited for Blunyon Gright? Me, as someone who took him to tier 6. That's right. He carried my team in tier 6. Left
Which-
Crucible. Left Crucible, baby.
What do we think about this
Uh,
team?
Let's see. Titus with Jack Call. Queen with RNA Call. And Core with Kurosame Call.
The only thing is, you're in serious trouble if you
That
let,
call runs out. Yep.
Yeah, if you let that 3-turn LD call
Shiva?
run out.
No, there's space call too.
His base call doesn't
Self-enchant.
party enchant. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. It's cool.
But Core's attack can return. You got like 6 whole core turns. It's fine. Maybe we'll play it safe and bring Shiva summon.
Wait, the orb is
Shiva
ice
summons a lot though. Shiva summons really good at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
I will note
Alright.
that Lyra, who did win big in that last vote, is calling for the Arciela call. I believe she also called for it during the first run.
That's
What's
another
that?
character we should
Something
point
to
out.
consider.
Arciela LD.
Would be good because it does
RLD
its
great.
damage through brave gain. It gains a bunch of brave, and then
Oh, does it actually?
Oopsie.
I didn't.
I think it,
Read.
it had 84k. And
Yeah,
it,
that's
like,
true.
barely broke your characters, so I think it does.
They're not gonna get a turn, right? Right?
No. Well, no.
Well, you never know.
Well, you're bringing the wrong friend unit, so they
Oh.
might.
What friend should I bring? Raleigh.
Zidane.
Why?
Turn denial, man. Just in case he gets close, switch out somebody for Zidane, and delete it to hell. I don't get the Shiva friend either. Everyone's talking about how they've been using Shiva friend. I have not changed my summon from Odin in 6 months. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. My summon has been Odin for the last 6 months because I just don't. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Some speed?
I'm bringing Shiva for the ice enchant so I can tick the orb back up in a emergency.
Either for the speed or the freeze, or the fact that if you're running Kurosame Call, then the ice enchant means you're always hitting weakness in your burst phase, things like that.
Yeah, all the good things
All
about
the
it.
really good things about Shiva.
Speaking Spanish to me at this point makes no sense. Odin hurts their defense, right? I mean, make their defense lower, kill it quicker.
I don't know. Who am I bringing as a friend? Someone tell me what to do.
Zidane,
I've never seen someone fail a run of this with blue Zidane or green Zidane.
Zidane. Yep.
I don't see one here. Nobody has green Zidane. He must
Oh,
suck.
I can make that happen. I can make that happen. You want me to make that happen?
No.
Teamwork, make the dream work. Five
Uh,
little 5-turn,
Maybe
turn
the problem
Zidane.
was that
friend.
you didn't have the raw Zidane on the field last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, his Eamon Zidane obviously has like some weird debuff affliction sphere, like he was theory crafting, which doesn't even fucking work because he doesn't brave gain on his EX. But mine has Orin sphere there, so that's
I
what you really
don't
need.
care.
He's coming.
It would-
Change support.
I don't need Zidane
Zidane.
friend. I do not need a
Jesus.
Zidane friend. How about a Reigns
Just
friend?
change
That seems like...
Una friend? Una's cute. With Titus, wouldn't that be adorable?
Nah, that's not what I need.
Turn deletion.
No, we're bringing Reigns. We want damage. Zidane doesn't do any damage, he sucks.
Man, if my Golbez is there, you could have used him, and he would have been handy for picking up the orb with his brave damage reduction personal buff.
Yeah. I agree. Zidane is pretty bad.
Why? What's happening right now?
It's
disrespect. Win materia if you win if you make the correct. Will the main
how
boss
do you
get
use
a
core?
turn?
What does core
We've got a new poll.
do? One of these is like 2 dumps, right? Yeah.
I put up a new poll for folks. I figured this will be a little bit different than the last one.
Will the
Will
main,
the main
boss,
boss
get a
get a
turn?
turn?
Poll. Will the main boss get a turn?
I'm gonna tell you now. The answer is yes.
You cheated.
What? No, I haven't gotten that far yet, but it's going to happen.
Oops! Someone just redeemed chug a beer. Some girl.
What?
Crack open a Bud Heavy. Time to go. Let's go.
I see.
Wait, so Meggy chugging a beer?
I never said anything of the sort.
It's part of it. It's part of it. You wear the crown, it lies heavy.
When you say chugging, do you mean shotgunning?
Oh God, no! Shotgunning is an art, which I have mastered, by the way. But chugging is easier.
I think I've shotgunned a beer since frat parties. Man.
They have frats in England?
No, I went to I went to
but
Freshers Week at UPenn because I had a friend out there, and it was desperate.
Nice. Yeah, shotgunning. It really skating a thin line between getting drunk and vomiting. You gotta make sure it's not too cold. Shotgun a beer that's too cold, you're gonna have a bad time.
You need the danger, though, don't you?
Yeah, I shotgun them cold all the time, but it's just, you know.
That's show business, baby.
There we go. Can anybody in the chat let me know if you're shotgunning every time we say that beautiful phrase? Because it's part of it.
Wait, have we gone from taking a shot to shotgunning a beer every time you say it?
Yeah, every time I say
know
that.
what kind of shot you're taking.
That's significantly different.
Yeah, it's significantly more on brand. We don't drink liquor on the show. We shotgun beers.
If anyone out there is shotgunning a beer every time Raw Life says that's show business, baby, please
Stop.
drink lots of water.
Please stop.
The live stream cannot be held liable or accountable for
Anyways,
any, alcohol.
I said
You know what
earlier
I'm
the
trying to
boss
say
is getting a turn because I'm going to intentionally give the boss a turn at the start of the fight.
Damn, I'm
cheating.
gonna be rich.
It ticks the orb.
That's you just betrayed the viewership.
No, she said it before people voted.
I did
Well,
actually.
then- okay, then.
The poll was still open. What I did was I listened to what the person who was going to run the fight said about the poll, and did the same thing they said.
Crazy.
Collusion.
Now I'm rich.
Collusion. Cancel the collusion. This show has a long history of being fair and balanced in our polls, and that has all gone to shit right now. This is collusion, and I
will
won't
say
stand for it.
the integrity of our polling feature has really been shot to shit, hasn't it?
Yeah, you got a streamer who's purposefully breaking the poll.
I'm doing no such thing.
And we shout out Rude again for their next Toby Keith quote of Red Solo Cup, I lift you up, proceed to park.
Ancient Southern saying. All right, Rude. I don't know what's going on here, what I've done to offend you, but I know that you're from California. I'm from the deep south, okay? Toby Keith is God. What Toby Keith says, I'm going to have tattooed on my neck one day. So,
Wait, is this guy actually big? I've never heard of him before.
what?
Oh,
I'm sorry, we didn't all go to Honky Tonk University.
I want to talk about me. Want to talk about I want to talk about number one. Oh, me, what I think, what I like, what I know, You never heard
now
that?
you've gone and done it.
Well, I've heard it now.
I would not say you've heard it now.
Toby Keith, man. He can't miss. He can't miss.
Should we just
Tons
burst
of-
now? Would that be fun? Just burst it now?
God.
Yes,
This
you
is
get a bunch
bullshit.
of jet shots and stuff.
Yeah.
Surrounded
Hell yeah,
by a
let's
bunch
do
of
it.
fucking Yankees, man. Bunch
Me?
of Yankees.
Are you
What
calling
do
me a Yankee?
I mean,
Yeah, you're the Yankee before Yankee, man. You're the birth of Yankees.
wait, British people are pre-Yankee? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Of course that's what I'm saying.
This may
We're
be
the
the
doesn't know-
spiciest
the
hot.
C90 of Yankees.
He doesn't even know what Toby Keith is, man. It's
This may be the spiciest hot take I've seen on this show.
God, Jesus. I should have been a cowboy? Anything.
So all my bills get wet?
I should have been a cowboy, man. He's a legend. He played football. I don't know where, but he played football. And then he became a fucking. He's like 7 feet tall, dude. He's the coolest dude ever.
I'm so confused by where this is going.
It's-
Like, I'm sure there's a point to all this, but like, hell
I'm
if
just
I know.
I'm just
That's-
pissed off.
That's Toby Keith, baby.
God bless. I'm ending the stream. How do I
Play
end the stream? Someone else is doing from my phone.
Jesus.
Play Toby Keith right now. Play it
No.
through the speakers. Get us copyright struck because I'll write a letter to Toby myself and say my Twitch stream got copyright struck for playing I Should Have Been a Cowboy. And you know what? He will forgive us. He'll let it go.
Really though? Really, really?
He's a kind and generous God. Yes, he will. When he finds out I'm from North Carolina. Oh shit, Ruru just I did forget about that. He did get kind of yeah, I'm not touching that one.
You anti-American Raw?
He did God, what's going on in the fight? What turn are we on?
That's
Well-
a
Good.
great question. How's
It's
it going?
good
Naggy?
Turn 11 here. We're gonna really pivot on that subject. I did forget
you got-
that.
You've got Reaper Scale.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to run out of turns with the enchant.
Cool.
More
Oh, yeah,
valuable
no
than
shit.
the small damage. Let's just do Tidus things.
I love this pre-Lufenia Plus team though. That's some good shit.
I actually ran this team in the story fight that we just had.
Oh, it still works.
Oh yeah,
Of course
It's like-
not pre-Lufania Plus. Get out of here.
I mean,
This whole team's pre-Lufania Plus. This is the team I ran for the Tunnelers. Whose fight was that? The Tunnelers? The
Tidus.
third?
That was Kane and one girls.
Yeah, not Tidus. I don't use synergy. What do I look
It
like? A
was
fucking
also-
casual?
It was
Yes.
also the Tidus.
I don't
You
run
ran
synergy.
Queen?
I loved Queen, dude. I've got a couple Queen runs on my YouTube. I loved her. She can't die during her crazy phase. It's awesome. Plus her auras, contrary to popular belief, are not mid. Her auras are actually for the time.
Or one
Quite-
out for Queen's mid auras.
I'm gonna finish my beer right now. I'm gonna send a picture of this to you, Goose. This beer is 7.5%. It's basically malt liquor. Let
I've
me
just
see.
finished my last can of Marshmallow Porter at 5.2% ABV.
Marshmallow porter.
That sounds delicious.
It is lovely. It's called Stay Puffed and it's got the Ghostbusters Marshmallow Man on the front.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's actually 7.7. It's called a IHOP Avenger. Not a IHOP. A Hop Avenger. That's right.
International House of Pancakes Avenger.
It's a pancake flavored.
Do they need avenging?
Yeah, dude. People always switching up, going to Waffle House. They have Waffle House in England.
Maybe, but if we do, it's probably not good. It can't be good because I don't go there.
You only eat at Japanese restaurants, right?
I did eat at a Japanese restaurant today.
I know. Like, when do you
No
not?
way.
Like, literally every time I say this, you say that. So when do you not?
Frequently. I frequently don't eat at Japanese restaurants.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure
just there
that's.
happen to be some very good ones near me. That's all.
That's apocryphal.
That's all.
You just did it today.
I did.
I
I did do
know.
it today.
And then
What's the,
I got the receipts for the last time I asked. It looks like 2 weeks ago. I said you always eat at Japanese restaurants, and then you said
That was like 2 months ago.
and you had it that same day?
Yeah, I did.
What is the English take on Japanese food? Because I've always heard that different countries you go to, when you have the type of cuisine that they're claiming to be and representing, it's actually that country's take. So what do? Do you sit down and they cook it in front of you and flip shrimp into your mouth?
Well, that's only teppanyaki. That's not like everywhere.
That's what?
Sorry, I shouldn't say teppanyaki.
Goose, you
That's
fucking
only-
weeb. You fucking
only-
weeb.
It's only benihana. There you
Right.
go. That you could probably understand that better.
Are you talking down at me?
Would you like me
Yes.
to?
Teppanyaki and benihana. That doesn't mean
okay.
shit to me.
Okay. It's a hot flat table where the chef cooks on the hot
Hibachi!
table in front of you.
It's called hibachi.
It's also called teppanyaki.
Called hibachi. Do they do that in England? Do they flip the?
Not everywhere. Some places. But they don't do that everywhere in Japan either. That's like at specific places.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like most countries like they kind of do their own thing, and they're like this is this kind of cuisine, but it's really not authentic. So in Japan, you can get a shrimp flipped into your mouth, and then they'll shoot sake from a squeeze bottle into your mouth too.
Yeah. That's every Japanese restaurant in Tokyo. Actually, they do that.
God, I want to go.
I
to
gotta say,
Japan.
I am really enjoying Rude's takedowns of Raw this stream. The burns just.
What happened now? What happened now?
What I'm learning is Toby Keith is just always funny.
Maybe he'd recognize it if they played Toby Keith at the hibachi. Belzac! Yeah, did I do something to you? Or to your kind and sweet fiance? Is there a problem? Should I be aware of? Like,
Yes.
what is going on? Uh-oh.
Under assault.
And for the record, yes, if a Japanese restaurant played Toby Keith, yeah, I would never go to the grocery store. I would eat there for lunch and dinner every day.
I see.
I spent this past 5 minutes trying to think of the last time I didn't eat at a Japanese place.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
Well,
That's a
you're
joke.
trying to
Pizza
fight
yesterday.
it. Like I've got you pegged. You're a huge fucking. You're the British version of Ink and Nidre, who likes to drop those forward words teppanyaki and
Easy.
hibachi. Come on here. Look at this
What should I say instead of teppanyaki?
flat barbecue.
Table grill?
Yeah, that's even better. Thank you.
But then, how do we evoke the shrimp flipping? Because that's a lot of words to include in one description.
You can flip things in barbecue too, or
Is that
grills.
true? But is it like a part of the experience, or is it just something you can do?
Pretty sure this isn't a part of the experience.
Look,
I'm pretty
you know-
sure one franchise does this ever.
You know, words mean things. That's all I'm saying.
I think the shrimp flip thing has happened at every hibachi I've been to, and I've never been to a
Yeah.
benihana.
It's not a licensing thing. They don't have it copyrighted. It's not like TCC the podcast. You go to any hibachi place, they'll flip you a little shrimp into your mouth if you ask. If they're not offering it, all you got to do is say, "Hey, will you flip a shrimp into my mouth?"
Also, you're right, Goose. Words do mean things, and you know what hibachi means? It means grill. So why don't you just say that?
I'll say hibachi. Easy.
He's been saying teppanyaki. What is a teppanyaki?
I think
What
it
does
means
that
like
word mean?
iron something grill fry. Isn't yaki fry? I don't fucking know.
Oh, this fucking guy.
I don't know.
Is
All right.
teppanyaki really that hard to remember? Yeah.
You know, you're the resident Japanese word bitch. Can you tell us what it means?
He pretends when he gets put on the spot. He likes to pretend that he's not.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. I got it, actually. No, I just wanted to make sure. Officially, teppanyaki means Iron Griddle. There you go.
I was close.
Just say Iron Griddle.
I
These
will
are the
say
things-
Iron Griddle. I'm gonna make sure I say it every time from now on.
These are the things that you learn when you listen to the live stream. It's a highly educational.
No, I want to
information
know
share.
why like places like Weehawken, New Jersey, are saying that that's cultural appropriation because they're using another language's name for a word for Palisades to name their town. That's cultural appropriation. But Goose can sit here and use foreign words all the time to describe his perfectly mundane thing.
All right, I didn't hear you over the sound of me eating all my G-Guy.
I know one thing. Tomorrow for lunch, I am absolutely getting Japanese hibachi.
Oh yeah, maybe like a donburi, or like some kind of katsudon.
A conberry's an enemy. What the fuck is wrong with
I get the same thing every time. Hibachi steak and shrimp, baby. Hibachi steak and shrimp.
You know, given that Ignis isn't on the field right now, this is very topical.
What's happening on the team? Is she just
It's
destroying
some
it
Tita
with?
stuff, just Tita stuff all the way down.
Yeah, Tita's cool.
Well, we no longer have Ice Enchant, so it's getting a little interesting.
You
got
got
a
Shiva
friend?
on deck.
I got Shiva. Plus, we can tick the orb by just giving the boss
You
a
also still
turn.
have that range friend.
Yeah. It's +3 on turns though, so if Tidus is taking too many, then you're sort of fighting losing battle.
Yeah.
So I suppose what you want to do is let it tick down, and then Shiva, and then you're golden.
Pretty much. That's the plan.
Jesus. We really are in garbage time, aren't we?
People are bitching about garbage time already. This is month. We're not even. We're halfway through
know,
month
right?
one,
We don't
and
have
there's
C90
6
yet.
months coming. Like I know. Like I can't believe the few times I check into TCC nowadays. People are like, "Oh my god, garbage time is so boring, dog." It's been like 2 events.
Honestly,
calm
I
your shit.
should clarify. The reason I'm complaining about how boring garbage time is isn't because of the difficulty of the fight. It's because we've been talking about hibachi for the past like 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm not talking about you either, Blart. I'm just saying the community in general. There's so many people already complaining about it, and like it barely started, guys. I think I told BC. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who lose at the end of this 6-month stretch. No joke.
I can see that. I mean, I've been enjoying the fights. Not that they're like good top quality fights, but like I've been having fun in the events because there's still enough in them that if I want to like have a challenge, I'm like, okay, I'll put in like a team of old characters or something like that and do some restrictions, and the fight has enough threat that I have to work around it, and that's kind of it's still.
Well, that's because C90's not here yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I agree with you. We're not there yet. Is what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you there.
It does feel a bit like we're at the start of Ben-Hur, though. It's like 20 minutes in, and people are saying they're bored of historical religious epics.
Yeah.
Baby, we still got 3 hours to go.
I really think we're gonna lose a lot of people. I'm used to long, tedious like I only check it. Event log, right? I only turn this game on to do the event. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who spend entirely too much time on this game that are gonna get bored. Like this is their only game. And then there's people who are also more casual who don't see the point in playing 6 months and not enjoying it. So like yeah, I don't blame them. That's why every episode I'm goading Square Enix Joshua to tell them to fucking spice it up.
I've got a
I love
hot
something
take.
like that.
I've got a fucking hot take. I'm about 6 IPAs deep. This hot take is gonna go down because it's gonna be correct. Let me tell
Stop
you guys.
announcing it, just say it.
I know.
It's all he knows how to do.
Global is going to become its own game. It's not going to change every single thing. We're never going to have like our own complete schedule, but they're getting ready to drop something new, and they're fully aware that everyone is calling this garbage time. They have their finger on the pulse of the community a little bit. They know what we say, and they have shown that they listen a little bit. We're going to get surprised. There are going to be some surprises. I guess the Equinox shit was like based on the equinox of the moon or whatever the fuck that was about. That we're going to get some stuff like that. There are going to be some fights, some wrenches thrown in the plans of people who are like, oh, I don't have to pull for 6 months. Everything's going to be the exact same. Not every week. Nobody wants it every week. Not every month even. But they're going to do some stuff some global first stuff, even if it's just one event. And it's going to throw little wrenches into the whole garbage time narrative. And if I was them, and I think that they're going to do this, I would drop in some of these events just horribly difficult T6 level shit just to fuck with us and say, oh, you think it's garbage time? You didn't pull for 6 months. Well, here you go. You're not playing Japanese game. You think you're playing JP because everybody in JP said this was garbage time. Well, guess what? You're not playing JP. Here's a fucking hard-ass fight that you were not ready for because you didn't pull for 6 months. That's my take. I think that they're going to fit some stuff in here.
Okay, well, Raw Life's delusional ramblings aside, I'm just quite looking forward to some of the characters coming.
Yeah, I think for the most part, there's a lot of creativity moving forward still. I think not as much in C90 because a lot of those reworks are just like straight power-ups, which is fine.
Let's make it interesting. Make a bet.
God.
Let's make a bet.
I'll make a bet.
Make a bet. I will bet you guys in the next 6 months we get 3 fights that were not in JP.
No, I
That's
wouldn't say
such
That's
a low
you're
ball.
you're picking the anniversary month. How about after the anniversary month you pick a month with 3 fights?
That's
you
what
guys
I thought.
know Yeah, like
delusional
what
ramblings.
kind of call is it?
Delusional ramblings. Let's put our money where our mouth is. $100 American dollars.
Three fights over 6 months with
That's
anniversary
nothing.
coming.
Yeah, like
It's normal.
Wait, did you say 6
Wait,
months? I thought you said 1 month. Holy shit!
I said
We're
6
not gonna-
months.
We're not
Wow.
gonna get
That's
3
normal.
fights. 3
that's
fights that
normal.
you've
We
never
get that.
seen.
We get that now.
we got 6 fights with the Equinox event. Like
Like a single Equinox event.
Well, the moon doesn't go back into rotation or whatever.
Is that
For-
for
Whatever the fucking equinox is. What is an equinox? Somebody help me out. That's not going to happen again. They're going to have to do something. Abyss is clearly dead. You guys are trying to blow past it because I'm right.
No, I just think that's a terrible bet.
Do you guys think that we're going to get some stuff that we're not expecting? Yes or no?
yes,
I think-
obviously.
Okay. All right, it's unanimous. There we go.
We'll get some GL first stuff, but it's not going to become a different game. I don't think.
We'll take the bet.
No, because that's not what the bet is. I don't think there'll be 10 global first fights in 6 months.
Well, we're talking about garbage time in general. So during garbage time, how many months is that? Give me one fight a month. Give me one different fight a month that makes me think and makes me actually use characters that came out during garbage time, and I'll be happy. It's like Mino said. Most of us aren't. We got other shit we're doing. We're busy with other stuff. I'm quite enjoying right now doing a fight with Zidane, throwing it on my YouTube for a Zidane saga, and then never touching the fight again. That's just right now. I got a lot of shit going on. There was holidays, everything else. Well, once a month, give us once a month a cool fight, a new fight that's not part of the garbage time narrative, and make it fun. It's not that. Is that too much to ask from Squex?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think you need to put yourself in Squex's shoes. All right. So this is like one of your 60 live service games on the market right now. Probably, let's be honest, on the lower end of the priority list. And you're probably just trying to generate the money, so the GL version's just mostly a copy paste just to pick up extra money, right? Like, let's say you got a failing project and you just want an easy translation to recruit some of those costs. Are you following me so far?
Is this failing though?
I don't know. You tell me. I mean, it's behind all the other FF gotchas right now by a wide margin. We know that.
Has it
All
ever been ahead of them?
No, never. Let's
Mino-
be honest.
I think in some ways
Mino
that I
showed
think is part of the point.
Mino
Just
showed
where
that,
it
like-
sits on the business model.
You showed
Which
that
is so
total
stupid.
the one time of like all the different Squex games.
Yeah, I think this latest month in JP, December, was very bad. That's why they pivoted so hard on the high power stones. They're just throwing them out like candy now. They're giving out like 8 and 12 every report, and just be like, hey, here's enough to max an FR. and then in another week we're gonna give you another max, another FR. Like I think they realize they fucked up pretty bad.
All right. Do you think I'm gonna beat this orb? You
Some girl, what'd you say?
think I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
beat this orb? I'm not giving him another turn. He's a 2%,
Alright.
7 on the orb.
Oh yeah, we're
You got
good.
this.
Let's go for it.
Oh, that damage is oof.
Okay, we have rainbows.
I think if I wanted a quick, easy way to add something exciting to garbage time, I would add in an extra difficulty of Lufenia plus and just bump up the boss health a bunch. I think that would be at least something.
Yeah, I
Isn't
agree.
that- Well,
Damage
isn't that what we're going to be seeing lately? I thought in the coming months there's a big HP jump.
No, not for ages.
No.
Apparently, the big problem is that we get so much more damage, but the HP doesn't account for it.
Not at all.
Oh.
Well, then people would just complain and say it's a damage sponge, and not enough mechanics.
Yeah, well, I
So
hate those people.
That's what they're saying about Shenryu, because you need the force phases to do significant.
This is we're getting kind of close here. Oh, you got a Reaper's Gale ready. Never mind, you're good.
No, no, we're out. We're done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're behind.
Oh, I must be way behind.
This game is just too easy.
Damn. Good job.
First time, every time, baby.
Where's that poll payout?
First try.
First
That's
try.
What we do. That's what we do on the live stream. First try. Was anybody in doubt?
First try.
I hope they release an Omega broken unit for anniversary, because it's garbage time and it doesn't matter anyways. And then I hope everyone pulls this core number 2.
I hope it's also like
Oh.
a character that nobody likes, so that nobody's pulling it for favorites. They just get baited to pull like for power when power doesn't matter at all.
I've been
Yeah.
asking for Dorgon
That's
for
what,
like months now. I think
that's
this is
what,
the perfect time for GL first Dorgon.
Layla's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's what Locke is gonna be. These are a lot of traps that a lot of people are willingly gonna pull just because big numbers, for sure.
The fucking
Echo.
Dorgon.
Is who?
But at the
Dorgon.
same time,
Oh, Dorgan?
That's
That's
Bart's
Bart's
dad.
father. Wait,
That's-
you're playing
you
Final
literally-
Fantasy
yeah, I
V.
saw that. I saw you in the last stream. That flashback.
It's his father.
Reddit.
I'm glad you're
at the same
reading.
time with these like so-called traps, if there's a character I really like who's coming out, I'm not gonna not pull them.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
of
for
course.
sure. But I'm saying like a lot of these people, I guarantee you, are not Layla fans.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I
Or
like- Like I
or
like
like
FF2,
Sisney
but
fans, or
okay, I am a
fucking-
Sisney fan. I'm pulling Sisney.
The
Who's the
Layla
other-
fans might just maybe the Layla fans might just be Varys fans who are trying to cope.
True.
nobody's a Layla fan. Don't fucking lie to me.
I mean, she's like kind of cool,
That's
but she's
what
not
I'm
even in the game that long. Like,
Nobody played FF2. That game sold, I think Mark said, 15 copies
Really?
worldwide.
And Mark is the source for that.
And
Yes.
Signwave owns three of them.
I played it a couple months ago. Or yeah, that was a nightmare. That is one of
Alright,
the
so-
worst games I've ever played.
So Sine-Wave 3 times, Samegi once,
Yep.
and Raw once, and that's it.
I think that's it. The rest of them, I think, are just accounting magic, you know.
Yeah, but everybody wants Layla during garbage time.
like the thing is too, she seems so boring to play. Like, why would you want that play style during garbage time?
She's your favorite.
Well, the same reason people want to play Eateroth in garbage time.
Nobody wants to.
Oh,
Lots
so
of
many
people
people on
want to.
TCC. Are you and main cord? You're not in touch with masses. You're out
I
of
mean,
touch.
They're
I'm not
very
in main
natural.
cord. That is true.
You're super out of touch.
the Eateroth army is strong. right
Every week, people are just asking how to Eateroth the fight. Like they don't even know how to do it themselves. They're just asking. They're like, okay, I do Ida, Sephiroth, and who as my third to do this fight? Okay, thanks.
Doesn't matter.
I feel like Eateroth has gotten more hype and discussion than Machina has, and that's wild to me.
Yeah, that is actually pretty funny.
I mean, besides, you just do it in 0 turns with Eateroth. Any fight, pretty much.
Didn't you see the State of Machina post on Reddit?
I did.
Oh
Yeah.
the delay thing.
Yeah.
Machina retrospective on his
Yeah.
That was,
on his release event.
that was pretty
Uh,
great.
Oof.
Retrospective is such a funny choice of word too. Like, alright, let's do a retrospective on this fight that we just did.
It wasn't retrospective. It was Machina in hindsight. That's what it was.
Hindsight. So what do you think about Snow's intertwined will in hindsight?
It was
First
pretty
try.
difficult. Jagron couldn't get through it.
Yeah, it's true.
I think you can't do it without snow. Is the problem?
Yeah, you need snow.
Jagron finally power crept.
I can't
He has
believe it.
dominated, He has dominated this game for far too long. Squeak's had enough of it.
I can't wait for your Jagron run to be clipped out of context to show Jagron not being good.
Locked out of content 1 month after, like 1 cycle after his own.
I can't
You really
believe
hate
it.
to see it.
Yeah, where's the Jagron defenders now? Eamon, where you at, man? Let's see it. Where's the
Do you
damage
guys
count?
know Eamon didn't even green his own Jagron?
Yeah, no, we
Yeah,
heard about
so who cares?
Well, it looks like it was a good
it. I feel
decision
like
now.
people went a little bit hard.
Like you can
Yeah.
think a character's good and not invest in them. I think that Green Machina is incredible, but I'm not greening Machina.
To be fair, I don't think anyone's arguing with you on that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right.
we seem to have done it.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think,
say I don't know what else to
think we're
say.
about- no, I think that about wraps up for us. We folks, we're going to take you over to 40 the Broadway Saiyan is streaming on Twitch, so we're going to go ahead and rate his channel, say hello to him, the Godfather of DFO, your friend and mine, really. So, Sumgar, you want to take us over there?
How do I do
Are
that?
you able to? Is that something that Raw's going to have to do?
What's the
I think
channel?
Raw has to do it. Wait.
What's his name? What's
You gotta
his
do it
name?
from the dashboard, I think.
What's his name on Twitch?
Oh, you have to.
Broadway
I don't have
Saiyan.
editor
The Broadway
permission, so
Saiyan.
no.
How do you spell Saiyan?
SAI.
Raw, you're a weeb. You should know this.
Hey,
Oh, ask Goose. He's
my
the
enemy.
one dropping all these J bombs tonight.
Hold on, before we go, Rude, my arch nemesis, has subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks,
Next week I'll get you. I'll be ready for some mental fencing with you next week. I think I did it.
Could be key-based combat.
You have to actually click a button to
I think I did it.
do the raid.